this meeting to order and 2026 budget. Everyone stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we've been talking about the safety tax, and the volunteer fire department is here. So let's start with that. I sent everyone an agreement that I had put together, and what I had sent it to Chad also, and I don't know who all has gotten to see it or whatever, but it was just Scott has it. Do you want him to read it, or do you just want to?
It don't matter. I can talk about it, or he don't necessarily have to read it. But
Okay. Okay. Well,
Actually, this is the first time I'm getting a chance to read it.
I
So
didn't send it to anybody
okay.
else because number one, I didn't have time, and I don't think you want that many people in here just meeting.
Okay. 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 So Jade and I went over some numbers, and what we came up with was, I sent it out to the council also for them to talk about, but we went ahead and did a 3-year agreement, and it would be for $25,000 and then $5,000 that you receive from the highway, so it'd be $30,000 for the next 3 years, and that would be $90,000 for all 3 departments, and at the end of 3 years that would be a $270,000. So that's what we came up when we did the numbers.
Hey Sharon,
Yes.
so what happened to the 37 plus 5 from the highway? What happened to that 37 number?
Because the 37 takes it over what the safety tax, last year when we went over, we had to take it, what did we take it out of to?
Opioid.
The opioid settlement. What was remaining of that, and that opioid settlement has been depleted pretty much, so there's nothing to take it out to make up that difference. So in order for us to remain at the end of the safety tax, we need to stay at around $25,000 per volunteer fire department.
So is that, just to clarify, the 5,000 that comes from highway, that's 5,000 for a lump sum for all 3, or is it?
No, per,
So it's
per-
15.
yeah, it'd be 15,000, but per volunteer fire department, so each one would get so it'd be, each volunteer fire department would be 30,000 with the 5,000 from the highway.
So it would be our 75. Or, sorry,
we would pay 7.
yeah, we would pay 75.
75.
It would be 25 times 3.
25 times 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Chad, do you have any rebuttal on this agreement?
Yeah, I'd like to talk to that. So, the whole idea, the only reason why I brought up the multi-year deal was to try to get us on bigger purchases. Our smaller equipment, extrication, that kind of stuff, again, we're doing okay. We can get grants for that. The big equipments have dried up. I told you, we have 3/4 of our fleet's over 20-year-old trucks. We have 128. We're going to run into a problem down the road here real quick when them 20-year trucks turns to 30 and 35. So they're just not gonna work. So the idea of the multi-year deal was to secure some money so we could go out and actually buy a chassis or buy something. Little did I know we was going to cut $25,000 of the lid. That where we was from last year. I can't go out and stick my neck out on a loan of a 3-year deal of $25,000. Number one, it's not secured, and I know you're protecting yourself, but there's clauses in there that says each party can terminate it in 180 days. There's no way I can go stick our neck out. I have to have that money if I'm gonna have to have it. And then,
Now that can be taken out of there. That's
Well,
not
there-
something that has to be in there. That's why that I
Right.
sent it, so you guys could overview it and for the council to
well,
overview
the
it.
3-year, I mean, the 3-year, 5-year, whatever, the deal, I mean, the multi-year deal can be taken out. I don't care, because we're not gonna go get a loan. This money here will have to operate. We cannot operate on what we're operating on. I mean, the 3-year deal, multi-year deal is kind of out. I mean, we appreciate the $25,000. We don't have to have it because there's no way we're going to get a loan. We can't stick our neck out. That's $75,000 in 3 years. A used truck's $200,000, and that's a 20-year-old truck. So we can't.
$25,000 a year, you're basically covering our insurance costs.
Well, not even
If
that.
there was no safety tax, what would you do?
Well, I'm here to tell if this is what we want to do. I'm not getting strong on here, but we're cutting our money. So we're going to have to cut services. That's the only way. I had an hour to look at this, okay?
Right.
And I'm penciling and I'm talking to people. We cannot continue at this rate. Now, we can cut out all the non-emergency services. I've booked 2 schools this year. The only place we got to save, as far as Bentonville, is fuel. We have no phones at our station. We have no ink for our printers at our station. There's a lot, we are bare bones right now. We can't cut insurance, we can't cut fuel unless we don't respond enough, and that's another thing. Instead of sending all 3 volunteers respond to every structure fire in this county, because time is of the essence, and manpower and water. We can cut that back to 1. This is the only way we can save fuel. We'll send 1 fire department. If your house is on fire and it's blowing out every window, then we'll call the other 2 and they're 15, 20 minutes away. We can cut out our EMS costs. We can't keep doing this. Cutting $25,000 out of our lit tax, not including the county people have got this lit tax thrown on them. They're paying more money and they're going to get a lesser service. There's no entity in this county that you can cut money out of and not take less service.
Well, that's my point, because our first obligation is the sheriff's department and
Okay.
911.
Do they carry water? Do they fight fires?
That's our first obligation is the
Safety.
sheriff's department.
Safety is our #1 issue.
Yes.
Emergency services, number 1 above everything.
Their safety.
This, like I said, this won't even cover our insurance. And then Sharon talked to me about it and asked me and says, "Is that doable?" And I'm on a 3rd-story roof with a tool belt on, and I'm trying to rack my brain. So I got down, been doing figures ever since for the last hour. It's not gonna work. It doesn't cover what we need to operate. The idea with the 45 last year, I'm not even talking about the 5,000. The 5,000 is each. We've been getting that for several years. I don't think anybody wants to get rid of that because there's nobody else to pick that slack up. So we'll talk lit only. We asked for the 45. The 45, when we sit down and figured, was maintaining what we're doing now and giving us a little bit on the side to work for getting trucks. We had cushion there. We figured out, we cut it this year, we knew you guys were in a pinch, you don't want to over budget. 37 is where we come to just operate, okay? We get township money, yes, we haven't got any raises in several years. As you know, everything's went up, our insurances went up, fuels went up, everything, supplies. So that 37, if we would stay there, is to maintain, forget about buying a truck, we're just maintaining and operating the way we are now. Maybe getting some grants to be able to sustain. I know there's not 37 in that lit.
This
There's
is a
32.
guarantee. It's not guaranteed that's going to be all there is. There might be more, but we're saying at least that's the level we're going to be able to guarantee you.
We can't run on that. So,
Well,
we-
that's
I'm
not
sorry.
telling you that's what you're going to get. That's telling you what we're going to guarantee.
That's not a guarantee when it says you can. It says a couple things. You can void it in 180 days. There's one that says if the lit money's available. I can't stick my neck out on that. Not for our department, and I'm not going to do it anyway. $25,000 is not going to touch a truck. So we would use that to continue to buy whatever we need to continue to function. Fuel, probably fuel.
And if the sheriff's department needs more money and the 911 needs more money, and
I
we
know.
are at a point where we
Let's-
cannot give you the 40,000.
It's time to put our big boy, if we are broke, it's time to put our big boy pants on and we're gonna cut services. That's the only way you're gonna save money is to cut services.
to cut theirs.
To cut everybody's. We have to cut. At $25,000, we're probably going to cut our EMS runs out. We run on every EMS run in this county. EMS, Dale can tell you, will not function without us running. We ran on every one. You will have to hire people to do that. We're out. We have to cut. We have to save fuel supplies. That'll cut out our medical supplies. That'll cut our fuel. So we're having to cut back. If we're getting cut, then everybody's getting cut. We have no choice.
How many fire departments are we speaking of? Everton?
There's only 3 in the whole county.
Where's the third one?
Glenwood, Everton, and Bentonville.
Glenwood's in Rush County.
They cover Fayette County.
But they're in, well, Wayne County does too. Do we pay them too?
We run into Wayne County and nobody gives nobody gives us money
Why are we getting Glenwood anything?
because they cover part of Fayette County.
Part of Glenwood is in Fayette County.
They cover multiple townships by themselves in this county.
Fairview
One street's in
Township,
Fayette
Orange,
County.
Columbia, half of Columbia, and we come all the way to Gray Road to the edge of Connersville.
You know, we're sitting here arguing about such trivial amounts, in my opinion. When this county's sitting on $10 million in the bank and drawing approximately $750,000 in interest every year.
Jane?
That came from Jane.
He's not wrong. Chad, I have a
But we're
question.
gonna sit here and bicker around here over such a trivial amount for safety.
I think your public safety is number one, no matter what.
It's number one, it's lives.
And I mean, we're not asking for the world. That what we're giving, and the amount you're giving us, I think is a super deal. We can manage that. We're not buying new trucks.
You're not wasting it.
We're not frills and thrills here. We are basic getting the job done.
So based on what you said last time, 75% of your runs are helping with EMS.
Yes.
Is EMS contributing anything?
We get try to get our supplies off the ambulance. You know, that's basically our time, our fuel, and a little bit of supplies. If we're there, we use our supplies, and we try to get them off the ambulance. But we have, you know, AD pads, you know, oxygen mat. We get on medical, and Reed has helped with that some too.
But I'm talking about from the city, like, kind of like the highway department.
Right.
You help the highway department, so
Right.
they
Right.
give you that 5,000.
Right.
So you get nothing from EMS.
No.
Didn't-
And the city gives nothing.
To us,
They're gonna
we
be
don't
some-
respond in. I mean, that's not our priority area. But no.
Sharon, wasn't there,
Sorry.
wasn't there meetings, did that come up in those meetings?
No, not on volunteer. No, not the EMS.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask it again, just because I think it got misconstrued.
Okay.
Okay, when you said 5,000, you said to each.
On the trees.
Right.
Correct.
on
We've
the
been
tree.
getting that
So
for
that 5 was really 15.
yes, 15 total.
Okay, so my question was the 25 for
No.
each?
25 was it was lit, but it was for each.
one. Each one. So it'd be
Every year.
75, yes.
Every year, okay.
For 3 years.
Okay, okay, I just
Right.
want to make sure. Because
We-
it was a
we
3-year
was
agreement, so
getting-
I wanted to make sure that you weren't.
Last year we got 45 from the lit
For
each.
Okay, okay.
We're talking about 25 each this year. With my understanding, the lit will fund 32
Yep.
on its own.
No.
No.
It will not.
This 86,000
No.
is what you've got to divide 3 ways.
No.
Okay, so what
It
will
will
that?
That comes like 26, 66, 60, whatever.
That's
That's
what
where she
we-
came up with the 25 number.
I was misunderstood because the very first meeting, you said we could do 37.
That was before the DLGF released their estimates and we found out we're being cut.
And in 28, that's what I was saying, it's gonna be 1.2 million cut.
I mean, if it helps the
And
city, we can
this-
knock the multi-year deal out because it's not helping us a bit now. So if we have to do that, come back and fight every year and do this every year, I guess that's what we got to do. But we're
it's
not going to buy a truck anyway
and,
now.
and the thing about it is, it's not that, and I've talked to you, so.
I know.
I totally
I get it. I think everybody in this room
want
is,
to.
maybe except for
It
one.
has
but-
nothing, but when you run when you run the money is all I'm saying.
Right.
And that's all I was, and we did, I woke up in the night thinking about this, so it ain't something.
Mm-hmm. Me too. And I don't want to cut services, but that's where
You
we're
know.
at. If we're broke, we're broke. And I mean, if we're broke, that's bad. If you're cutting $20,000 off your emergency services, we're in bad straits, and I get it, we are. But, I mean, that means he's losing people, that means he's losing people, that means everybody's going down. And they don't have people to lose. None of us do. But it's like everything else, we're in the same boat. If we don't have it, we've got to cut, or we're not going to be here in 5 years. And
There's
then you've
no
got a
reason.
way bigger problem.
There's no reason the county general can't pick up the difference. There's no reason. The money's there. All I ever hear is, we don't have any money. We don't have any money. Yes, we do.
You have to restrain, I get it, there's changes coming. There's no doubt about it. But
Sure.
I don't think 37 and the 5, I don't even want to talk about 5. The 5 should be there.
You get that regardless.
Right. So let's just take that off the
That's-
table. I
yeah.
don't think $37,000 is too much to ask when you're only paying 3 departments. Again, we don't need to compare ourselves to surrounding counties, but gee whiz. They're getting 93,000, 95,000, 89,000, and they're paying 16 departments. They're paying 12. They're paying, I don't know, 9 or 10. We're paying 3. That's a deal in itself.
Have you worked up numbers, like you did for us on highway, like, to show EMS?
I have not got the chance. I mean, it's over $200,000 easy.
Well, I'm sure.
Man.
75% of it.
Yes. Because I mean, I would say, and I don't want to stick Dale on the spot, but I'm going to stick you on the spot. What percentage of runs without volunteer firemen that you run in the county would you not be able to do with your 1 or 2 men you show up with? I mean, you can't do it. Like sometimes we drive, sometimes the lift.
Low side, probably 50%.
Right.
Low side.
So
What
we
did
don't
you
show
say?
up.
I guess pretty good.
They're going to be at your house. You're not going anywhere until they call someone else.
Yeah.
I don't know if the deputies can pick that up. I don't know if you call Connersville Fire.
What
They're
was his
shorthanded, so
percent? What did he say?
at least
I
50%.
couldn't hear him. Okay.
I want our county people to know.
That's
that
what
they
I was
call,
going to say.
The fireman's gonna be there, so I'm totally good with 37. Cause I want our people to have,
I mean, there's things we can cut. Like I said, we run 3 volunteer departments to every structure fire, but that's in your benefit. We got to get on the road. We've got 15, 20 mile runs here. Okay? Pittsburgh goes clear to the Union County line. You call in a kitchen fire, we've got 20 minutes. These other 2 departments better be right behind us. We don't want to show up and then, now if it's nothing, that's awesome. That's what we want.
Well,
You
the
can go
only
back to
thing
station.
is, and this is where we're at, in the public safety, it's not coming out in that.
Yeah, I get
We
that.
don't have it.
I get it.
So,
I mean,
there has to be a decision on where that other money is going to come
we
from.
could,
You're looking at $36,000 because it's $12,000 over
26.
37. And we offered 25, so you're looking at 37. So
Right.
12,000.
So we got to come up with $36,000.
Each, yes.
Yeah, 36. So, Councilman Patterson and Councilman Payton have both said, you're okay with 37, we can't take it out of public safety. Where do you
No.
propose taking it from?
That's 12,000 more than.
Right, no,
Yeah.
12,000 apiece,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
So
So
that's
we can't take it
36,000.
out of public safety, so where are you proposing we take it from?
Right off the top, it'd be $36,000.
Do we not have $10 million in the bank? Scott,
I'm-
do we
well,
have it?
I'm asking for budgeting purposes, where do you want to take it from?
You know, and I can't sit right here and tell you where to take it, but I can tell you that it's available.
From where?
We have it.
Where?
It's in the county general,
county.
to the tune of $10 million.
The county general has about, let's see, what was it, as of the first of the year, it was 6.5, right?
Scott, you were here. How much, do you remember how much we had in 2016?
It wasn't that much.
That's
But
right,
I was
about
not here.
About 1 or 2 million?
I wasn't here then.
450,000.
How much?
450,000.
$450,000, and that could hit again. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I have a graph.
Basically, the county was,
That's broke. You're right.
That's what?
That's broke.
Oh,
10 million is gone. And there's things you can cut. If it gets drastic, I don't think emergency services
Less
is
than
one
10
you can
years
cut.
ago.
There's an awful lot of projects going on.
Yeah.
I won't get in, and I'm not
But
cutting
the
anybody's
money's
throat.
not being used for the projects, we're just sitting here on it. And to think that I have to go down twice a year and pay my taxes, and it's put in the bank and drawn interest on, and not returned to the taxpayers' investment in this county is not right. That is totally unfair to the taxpayer. And if the taxpayers are listening to me out there, they ought to be screaming bloody murder. It's not right.
So just to make sure you're right, so you say we have 10 million in the bank, and we passed, and you guys passed a budget last year, because Connie and I weren't here. You passed a budget last year, there was $1.5 million in the hole, correct?
Well, it depends on how you
No.
word it.
So was it
You
higher
know,
than that or lower than that?
If
Because
you
it was,
say
it
it's
was
in
in
a
the hole.
hole, that's kind of, that's not.
We're cutting into our reserves, is what he's.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're cutting in
Right,
the reserve.
because of the
So
hole.
it's
Because
not,
And that's like they're
it's
saying,
not
people-
too long before you
just because
start
you have
adding
it, you
that
gotta
up,
spend it.
I know.
that we're
And
back
then
to
what
broke.
happens when you
That's
do
what
it?
he's saying.
Exactly right.
So like, if you want to cut into reserves because there's a big flush amount, that's fine.
But you
This
got
is
to
a chart.
But you can't just go willy-nilly cutting
That's
into
how
everything.
quick
you're
it
doing.
can go down.
understand that.
Right.
I don't,
We
you
don't
can't waste it, but you can take a portion of it.
We could delay the.
You can take a portion of that.
That's a pretty good one.
If you do some planning,
That shows you how quick
that,
that it
that
Yeah, that
money
shows you.
is still going to gain because you're not pulling it all at once. We're still gonna gain.
I understand that, but we're talking 36,000, which in the grand scheme of 10 million is not that big a deal. But what I've heard you say for the last 8 months is, we'll spend this money, we'll spend this money, we'll spend this money. You never say stop. So at some point, we gotta stop.
I got a
But
question on,
you can't stop if you don't start.
I got a question on it. Obviously, we're getting less money than we're spending.
Yeah. Yes.
This council right here is in charge of that, so I get that. So what can we do to turn that? I mean, I know the state's
Well-
killing us, the SB1.
Yeah.
We're to the point, every agency here is down to their, I feel,
I think
their
you're
bare
right.
bones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next stage is cutting service. The people is gonna hurt.
Yep.
You, at some point, if
You're
the
right.
money's not there, we're cutting, but I'd like that to be across the board, and that includes emergency services, but that includes a lot of the projects too. I mean, are we gonna
Cutting
put,
a lot of
You're looking
projects.
at dollars. Jane, what percentage of the safety tax did the volunteer fire departments get last year? Do you have an idea?
Percentage, I don't know.
We'd say we gave them 32 each
Game. All I was gonna say was that.
out of there.
I understand it,
96,
but like,
More money.
I think we can have a discussion.
183, approximately 20%.
How much?
20%?
20%. We're
And
not
we're-
saying
and we're
you're not
too-
gonna get 20% next year. We're just saying we're not going, we're guaranteeing you this much, but if you get this much, we'll give it to you.
We got 20% of the lit tax, and we're 2/3 of the people you're giving it to. There's only 2 other agencies you're giving it to. Now, I know their budget's sky high too, and they have a lot more people and a lot more responsibilities.
Yeah, I know you understand it, like, you
I
can't
understand.
that, like,
I,
I think you understand the plight. And, like, it's
100%.
just- We're all in a bad situation.
yes, we are.
So let's try to figure out a good way through it.
I know it.
It's not
We
guaranteed it's
can't
gonna get better either.
No, it's not, it
We
does
can't
not.
stop.
I,
Sacrifice
and like I
safety.
said, we're the same boat in a different, but, you know, we have to
Yeah.
take care of ourselves too, and we're here.
Are
I
your
mean, we're to the
numbers-
point of, we're just continuing, is what we're
So,
doing.
just so I'm not sure how you guys function, like, with your funding sources. So, are your funding sources drying up from like townships and things like that, or is it because there's less people in those?
There's not been
districts?
any really raises. We've got, that's the same, you know, our expenses are going up like everybody else's.
So it's just. the
Township
inflation.
monies are there now. I believe that they've been coming after it. That scares me to death. If they come after township money like they've tried the last 2 or 3 years, forget it. Shutting the door. There's no way. We're selling. We own all our trucks. We own our station. It will shut. If that ever happens, and you know, then we're in big trouble. Then everybody's in big trouble.
Unless the townships were shut down, that money was still funneled to you in a way that was.
I would sure hope so.
Like
It has to.
yeah.
But I don't trust the politicians.
You say you're not getting any raises.
Just like the state just done to this county.
How
I
long
don't
it take you
trust
to
you,
figure
but
that
I'm
one?
Not very long.
I agree.
You say you're not getting any raises, how do you get more money from the townships then?
We don't. I mean, there's a couple of townships that have pretty good money. All the rest of them are broke.
Is is the population is declining there? Is that hurting you as well?
Yeah, probably, yeah. And I mean, their money is, you know,
Tied up.
for instance, I'll use Waterloo. We get $3,000 a year for Waterloo. That's it. They don't have it. They can't give us no more, not a dime. We could go ask for, they don't have it. That's all they have. So, you know, now it's come because all our expenses have raised, and this income has stayed here. Now our operating budget is, thank goodness we implemented this last year. Again, I go back to that truck. It just happened that it come in a year where we got it, and that's what we used it for. Plus, we put the little bit that we had left with it. So here we are. So now we're having to take, I was hoping the lit could give us a little cushion to improve equipment. No, now we're just using the lit to stay alive. Unless, you know, the townships couldn't increase. Now for little things, the townships, if we had a major catastrophe, a couple of the ones maybe with some more money we could go to, again, that's their reserve, just like you guys. But we could go to them and say, hey, we just blew a truck up, we have no engine, we are in desperate need. I'm sure they would help. They always have. One of them we've went to 3 times, and
But
they
we
have
can't,
been
because we're gonna
gracious.
spend all of our reserves.
Well, they would too if an engine went down.
We
They
had
have no
nothing
choice.
left, I'm sorry, and that's what we wanna stay away from.
Well, I don't see that money doing any good in the bank either, but when we're cutting services out here, emergency services, and we're sitting on that kind of money and we're asking for 36,000, that's rough. But if that's what you want to do, I mean, whatever you want to do, you guys are in charge of it.
You have no choice.
We don't have no
but to cut
choice.
services.
We've got to cut or we ain't gonna be here.
I don't think you all understand the backlash that you guys are gonna get as the council. We're sitting at Bentonville, somebody right across the street's having a heart attack, and we're saying, we're not going. What,
I mean, where do you draw that line?
I
do
get
we
it.
need to fill this room with taxpayers?
No, I get it, because you guys have came to my house for my husband when I thought he was having a heart
Yeah.
attack. I get it. That's the reason I told Chad, I totally get what you're saying.
The service we provide out in the community,
Yeah,
Bob, you're in our district, you're in Dunbury.
Yeah,
But
last emergency, Dublin showed up.
Dublin?
Yeah.
you must call the
You must have called the wrong number.
No, that's what we put.
But anyway, the services we provide are priceless, really.
yeah, they are.
I mean,
I don't think you'll get anybody, like I said, arguing what Mark's saying. It's
No,
just,
I definitely, I committed.
and like I said, you got a $10 million budget, and the other night you're arguing about $100 for dog food. Where's, or whatever the animal shelter budget was. Your priorities are kind of screwed up. And when you're trying to cut emergency services,
that means everything stops. You're down
Yeah.
to the bottom. No fences, no courthouse security, no roofs, no digging out ponds. If you're broke, you're broke when you're
Absolutely.
cutting emergency services.
I'm good with the 37.
Well,
That's
again-
all we're saying.
Again, where do you want to take it from?
Yeah.
You can take it from county general, you can take it from rainy day, you can cut out that building of a
We
new
can't
board.
Get rid of that
No, no,
rainy
no,
day
hang-
fund. Let's
hang-
just blow it and get it done.
Hang on a minute. Legally, we're not allowed to use rainy day for that purpose.
That's right.
Don't take county general then.
Okay, where? What do you cut, when you cut in county general? Because right now, by the end of the year, I mean, I know you want to throw around this $10 million. Well, 3 is in the rainy day, okay?
I know,
So 7.
I know.
So 7, and honestly, at the beginning of the year, we were at 6.5. The way I'm looking at things right now, by the end of the year, we'll be below 5.
Take it from the interest we earned.
If we're losing $3 million, and there's no doubt, your
I
figure's
mean-
right. If we're losing $3 million a year, we better cut a whole hell lot more than what you're cutting out of us.
I mean, this is $1.5 million,
You
and
better
I guess
start
what I'm
laying
saying to you is, you know,
I'll get you.
we're
You can't sustain that for a year or two.
We're, yeah,
Exactly.
right, and that's
And
where
we're
we're
only
at.
cutting 36,000 out of us? Man, you got a long way to go.
You're right, you're right.
We're not cutting it, we're just guaranteeing less.
45 last year, 25 this year, that's cutting it.
We're not saying 25 this year, we're giving you a percentage
I just got a contract emailed to me, it says 25.
for 3 years.
That's right.
That was a guarantee, it wasn't gonna be a promise that's all you're gonna get.
That's not a guarantee when the wording I read.
Well, That's
It's a
kind of
guarantee you're gonna
semantics.
get $25,000 per year.
Okay, we take it, we sign it. I understand. Then we have to cut. We're gonna have to cut drastic.
Yeah.
So figure out what you're gonna do with EMS. That's the most thing we can cut to make up. We're not even making $20,000 up on that. Only thing we're doing is saving fuel. Our fuel budget's probably $8,000. So if we didn't roll out of the station, there's $8,000. But we have to roll out of the station on major events. We can cut EMS. We can cut any non-911 function. The schools. I booked 2 yesterday. I mean, you can tell these principals and people, not gonna be me, that we're not coming because we can't afford it. And I know that seems drastic, but if we're cutting, we're cutting. I'm just like you guys. If you got to cut $2 million, I'm sorry. What's more important, putting out that house fire or teaching kids not to light it? Sorry, it's going to be putting out the house fire.
Right.
Investigations, that kind of thing. So we would have to cut. You know, I don't know what. I guess it would be our problem. That's on EMS what they figure on doing. So that's
They're trying to
drastic.
hire more people, so they can guarantee they got to put.
That's drastic. But if that's where we're headed, then
What'd he say? I couldn't hear
We
him.
have to hire more people for EMS. They don't have the volunteers.
and there's calls that 3 wouldn't be enough. There's times we've used 5 and 6 out there
And you're looking at 3 more people, 50,000 a year salary, so
at least.
what?
With the benefits, it's way more
Again,
than that.
It's 100 and some with benefits.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could be looking at a family one.
But and then that's forced in their hand. They don't have a choice. I mean, who are they going to call?
Well, it's my belief that, I agree with 37 as well. And if it comes down to next year, we're broke. But you'll be broke too.
Everybody's going
And
to be
so
broke.
why do you want to go another year with cut services? I mean, if the ship sinks, it'll at least sink well. I mean, you know,
37 will go to
we'll-
next
we'll
year. We'll be
function
back in
until
your
then.
same place arguing,
And then
and
we'll be back here next year.
if we were broke then we're going to be laying people off, and we're broke. I don't know what else.
So,
what else?
I mean,
answer?
I guess what you're saying is you just want to have an even more imbalanced budget? I mean, because unless we cut something from county general,
Well, we've done some cut. We have done
well,
some.
I understand that,
I mean,
but we got a lot more to do.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
so,
we gotta start somewhere. I mean, you have to decide whether or not,
personally,
Safety.
I don't know how we do this budget and don't cut services.
Oh,
Can't
you're to
cut
that point.
services.
You're right.
How can you cut services? That's people's lives.
And before you get too angry at the county council, how about going to the city council, because they're getting twice as much money as we are.
we don't
This-
cover the
We
city.
can't.
It's the county fire department.
Yeah, I mean, this
But
is,
you went to them last year,
I did. I tried.
and they told you to take a hike.
I tried, Bob. I promise I did.
well,
You can
I
cut
thought
the
it was a
building
shot.
more
I was
than
grasping at
that.
anything I could do.
I would strongly recommend
yeah,
That can be
Your-
cut.
you're
Oh, sure.
doing a report like
This
you did
hospital's
for
still
us
up.
on the trees.
Right.
And
And I'll get, and
and I
I,
understand that.
Because
yeah, I
if it
told
does-
Scott today
It's
that I
gonna
want to
take a lot
get more
more
of
than
that, and I'll explain it to
If
you.
it does income
The amount of hours.
75%, which
Right.
I agree, it probably does at least 50. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you could justify getting,
Yeah. There's some runs that could handle themselves, but,
you could get 10 apiece.
oh, easy.
I mean, easy.
You know, and I threw this out there, nobody wants to hear this, because we're already one of the highest tax base, but we got that Lloyd that I tried to get for only volunteer firemen. It's a Lloyd tax. It's another tax on the citizens. But what do they want? If we're cutting, and we're broke, and we have to cut services, I'm sure they would pay another $50 a year to have someone come to their emergency versus nothing. That Lloyd is sitting there. It was, guys can implement that. I know it's another tax. You don't have to max it out. But if you've done that, that's only for the volunteer firemen. Give it to us. You can keep your lit money. You know, we're not asking for the moon. We just want to, take that lit money, do whatever.
I'm sorry, I'm not aware of this. Is the LOA subject to that, the max on local income taxes? Is it subject to that, like the 2.9%? It would be, all right, and we're at 2.82,
So I was understanding it was 2 different total things.
but it would be under the same,
So we're only
Max,
going to
so
get a point.
it'd be
1%.
0.08%.
So you might as well, if you're going to do that, just max the lit.
Sorry,
That's not all expenditure rate.
okay,
So I mean, our rate is 2.82, but some of it is outside of that expenditure rate.
okay.
I'd have to look, but I'm sorry. I was trying to, do you know what that is when we're talking about that? Do you have like a?
Yeah, the bill come out last year, I can give you a House bill and allows the council to make that. You don't know it off the top of your head, do you?
I don't remember right now.
I'll be honest with you, I suggested that last year, that the people that use your services should pay a certain tax to cover those services and not take it from county general that's trying to keep everything above water.
May I speak to that, sir?
I'll look this up and you can speak all you want.
I was a township trustee for 12 years, as well as a volunteer firefighter and EMT. And I was also the treasurer of our fire department for 3 years. And I've seen this issue, if you will, from both sides. And what I have found out through experience, and I'm also on the advisory board for my trustee right now, the current trustee. People say, well, what about your townships giving you more money? The townships cannot increase their budget without approval from the state any more than you can. And the state is very reluctant to approve any tax increases, including public safety increases, and has been for some time. I know some trustees who've tried to get their fire fund up and have been turned down by the Department of Local Government Finance in their attempt to do so. I've also had people turn and look at me when I've tried to talk to them about being willing to voluntarily, in the form of fundraisers, support their local fire department. And they have looked at me and said, well, why can't you just apply for grants? Well, we can. Two problems. Number one, we don't get a grant just because we apply for it. And there's a lot of competition for those grants. And second of all, there has to be a purpose for that grant. If they're available, and they could be, and I haven't seen them, I have not seen a grant for operating expenses. You can get a grant to help fund a truck. They will not pay for the whole truck. You have to have matching funds or a certain percentage or what have you. You can get grants for equipment and for training, but not for everyday operating expenses, not that I'm aware of. So that doesn't help us at all. And I actually had one, God forgive me, idiot, turn around and look at me on a fire scene and say, they ought to do away with volunteer firefighters and have all professionals do this who know what they're doing. Okay, they have no idea how much volunteer time we train, how much of the work we do ourselves. They also have no idea what it would cost them if they had to pay someone to sit on the station until they were needed, with benefits, salary, insurance, retirement. And so one of the things that needs to be looked at is not just what we're costing people, but as volunteers, how much money are we saving the taxpayer? Has anybody even bothered to try to calculate that?
I think Chad did.
Yes, we
You sent
have.
it to him.
Yes.
Okay, because I've started to 2 or 3 times and kept getting sidetracked with other issues.
It's like 11 billion for Indiana. I sent them all them.
Yeah. So, you know, there's more to this picture than just how much money it's going to take to make everybody happy. And our department we've been blessed with several grants, and we've been able to upgrade some equipment, fix some problems. But we do a lot of that fixing ourselves because of the fact that we don't have the budget the Connersville Fire Department has, for example. So we do a great deal of our own maintenance. Thankfully, we have contractors on our fire department that are volunteers that can do just about anything. Electricians, plumbers, construction people, backhoe operators. So we've done a lot of our own work because we do it anyway. But there needs to be an understanding that just because there are grants out there doesn't mean you can go grab money when you want it. And we've been told that before. I've been told that several times by taxpayers. Well, there's grants out there, why don't you go get a grant? It just doesn't work like that.
Have you been the only one to ask for it, or have you gone through local agencies to try to get it?
I don't know how many others recently. I know that a few years ago when I was still a trustee, there were 3 other people who were trying to get their fire fund increased and were turned down by the state. Because as trustees, we talked about it. And I don't know where it stands exactly right now. We're getting ready to go through the budget process for my township. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about. But we did have excess funds in our township budget, and we petitioned the state, got permission, and we did make a donation to our fire department to Glenwood. And yes, Glenwood sits in Rush County, but like I said, I'm on that department. We cover all of Fairview, all of Orange Township, half of Columbia, and we go all the way to Gray Road to Connersville. Not to mention mutual aid runs with anybody that asks. And we get township money from the Rushville townships that we cover. But here again, they're stuck the same place that the Fayette County townships are. And ever since Governor Daniels tried to shut townships down, it's been even harder to get funding. Nobody takes this seriously. And that's another thing that really irritates me, because there have been studies done what happens when you eliminate local government to consolidate, to make services more efficient and less costly. And what happens is the efficiency tanks and the costs shoot up. IU did a study on that. And what Indiana University found verified that. It had been done by a couple of private agencies. Indiana University study backed that up. It is not more efficient to get rid of local government. In fact, it costs. And so, you know, we're doing the best we can as townships and as firefighters. I wish we could do more. I honestly do. I really do. And I wouldn't mind my taxes going up a little bit if it meant my fire department could keep the doors open. I don't like paying taxes any better than anybody else, and I don't trust the government not to throw my money down the drain. But some things are worth what it costs. And I happen to think we are.
Jan, what have you found out about that tax?
I'm not.
Nothing. Is that,
I'll have to get the paperwork.
I've never, there's an option, yeah, I'm sorry. There was an option like on the public safety tax where at the time that it was passed, like when the city passed it, because for our county, we have a local income council and they are the majority, but they could have voted right off the top to take 0.05% for the volunteer fire departments. Of course, the city declined to do that. So right now, that's all I'm
Yeah,
finding.
that was separate from that, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we tried it, that got shot
So the
down.
real problem's with the city and the state as much as it is for us, because they're not giving you what you need there, and they're definitely not giving you what you need here.
I mean, and like I see, there's an option to do like an EMS tax, but that is like EMS.
Yeah, I
and
have,
not,
I'll have to
yeah.
get it at home, I'll get it or try to get it back there. Actually, it was implemented before the lit came out, about a year before. Because Scott, you remember me talking to you about that?
Say it
Before
one
the
more
lit come out, I actually called you and said, hey, what do you think about this? It was the new bill that come out and is allowed, I'll have to do some digging and find it.
Yeah, I'd have to find it, I'm sorry.
And we agreed, it's like, you know, everybody's getting taxed to death anyway. You know, last thing we want to do is raise it, and then a year later, then you guys got your hand forced, but we got the lit. And thank goodness we did, or we would be in a lot worse shape than we are here now. So,
Well, in 2028, Jane, isn't there a special levy for them in 2028?
who knows?
I'm not aware.
2020 is almost.
I'm not aware of anything special for them in 28.
Jane, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the state really trying to push away the property tax and put more toward income tax, local income tax?
Well,
To
I think
support
that
the
was
services?
the result of SB 1, yeah.
Yes.
The reduction of property taxes and then them allowing us to increase
And more
our
on income
tax.
taxes.
Yeah, but again, they capped the income taxes at 2.9 and we're at 2.82.
So we're in a catch-22 situation
Right.
ourselves.
Right.
they want you to figure out all these problems they create, and then they go and cap what you can do.
Well, of course, that's government.
I am aware of that.
Yep.
With all due respect, I wouldn't be in your shoes. I would hate to have to make the choices that you have to
See, I'm
make.
finding like, here's an article from 23 that talks about it, volunteer firefighters saying it's local, but I think that is still the same thing that allows up to 5%,
It would have been
0.05, it says. Yeah.
That's what certified levy was for that.
I'll do some more research on it, and maybe they come out with that before they come out with the actual lit bill.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what.
And maybe,
Because I remember we actually had a meeting at the station and he talked about it. It was just an option that the county could do.
Right here.
So I feel like this is where I'm at with it. You guys can shoot me down. I still feel like we're not where we need to be. So, and I know we've tabled it for the last 3 meetings, but I just don't want to make a decision and then, so that's my opinion on this. And we'll do further,
So the problem is you're getting up to the 5th when your budget has to be in, so
I know,
it would
I
be
know
nice
that.
to.
And you know, I
yeah.
get the multi-year deal. You don't want to pin yourself,
Yeah.
so throw it out, I guess.
So if you don't want the
that's gonna cut-
multi-year deal, then
I mean,
we'll just,
we need it,
yeah.
but we need the money more than we need the multi-deal. If we're gonna operate, we're gonna, the idea of the multi-year deal again was
Well,
for
I
bigger
know that the
equipment
public
loans.
safety
We're not
tax
getting
next
any
year
loans.
is gonna be less than it is this year.
Right,
So if we're saying,
and
okay,
then,
we're gonna give you 37,000, okay. Next year, we're cut, this year we were cut what, 26,000?
the problem is, we're the only one you can take it
Okay,
from.
26, no, we're
You're-
taking it from other people, we're
You're
taking it
pinned
from
down.
other.
with-
Well, when it
with-
comes, I think he's talking about when it comes to the lid.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Because you can't take salaries back.
No.
So
Right.
every year it goes down, here you are, your hands are tied, okay, now, next thing we know, we're at 5. Well, now we got a big drop. So, I mean, I get it, that's,
Now, if there's a tax out there that funds local or volunteer fire departments,
I'll
I'd have to
research
look
it,
at
I
it,
know it
but-
come out, and it may have been the .05 come out a year prior to the new lit bill. And then they just attached it to it, I bet that's what it was.
I think you're
So
right,
is
Jack.
there a way to get that back, Jane?
no, it's the county.
I mean, can
no, it's
we-
the city agrees to it.
Is there something we can do to get that .05 put back into this some way? I'm just asking. Or was it settled
It-
when they said?
it
no,
was an
we
Yeah,
option
the
should
for
original part
them
of the
to
city
do.
would have had to do it when they passed it.
Right.
It would have come off the top.
And they.
Can they not change it now?
But it can't, that's what I was thinking, it can't
I don't-
be.
I don't
assume
know if they
can
could,
change it.
I don't know if they could
I-
change that or not.
Doubt they're seriously gonna get that.
Because they had it, yeah, they wouldn't want to.
Yeah, I'm not, you can drive, but I think you're barking up the wrong tree there, you ain't getting that back. That's done.
And was how much of it, 0.5%?
.05 would have come off the top and go
0.05?
straight to us.
0.05.
Yeah.
Well, still amounted to a
It's a
good
chunk.
amount of money. I mean, I don't know what the state's plan, are they wanting like, you know, you go to these big cities, you go to these tours, Gatlinburg and Indy, you've got restaurant tax and you got entertainment tax and you got, you know, anytime you go out, sports events tax. Is that what they're wanting? You know, can you create, I mean, then nobody would go out to eat or nobody would go watch nothing, so I don't know. I've thought in my head, where can we go to turn, I mean, it ain't just this. Next year, we're gonna be back here, we're gonna be worse. So what can we do to at least, even if you implemented a tax here, at least implement some tax that they can't touch and at least stays here. Every time they do something, they take a portion of it. So I don't know how that works, if they're wanting to, you know, the towns actually come up with their own, I don't know. I know we're not Indy, but we're gonna have to figure something out.
Scott, how does our county rate tax-wise?
We are the 4th highest in Indiana in local income taxes. And nearly maxed out now. When it comes to property taxes, we're last time I looked, I think it was top 10.
It's gonna be hard to get anyone to move into the business when they live here, or taxes
Right.
and stuff like.
Well, until we get new business revenue, that will offset that.
But what you're saying is true, because if people know that they're gonna have to pay higher taxes, it's going to,
And you're on the verge of
Yeah.
losing services.
yeah,
as well.
and people want services. I mean, you know, who wants to come to a community that does not offer quality services? So, I mean,
To catch 22.
yeah, this is, this is
I know.
a lot.
It's awful.
It
It's
is,
a lot.
and you got a long night yet.
Well, for this
So,
situation.
I don't wanna sit here and take up your guys' time, I know you got way more than this to deal with.
For
But,
this situation, we could take it out of the, with Dale, he's not over there anymore. The, morgue money for this year.
The what money? I can't
The
hear you.
morgue money that the commissioners wanted to, 400,000 that the commissioners asked for the building
In
and
the,
morgue.
in the, yeah, all right, so what you're talking about is cutting 400,000 from county general, not, excuse me, not county general, commissioner's budget in county general that had been designated for a new morgue.
Yes.
Okay, and so what you're saying is, we cut that, we add back 36,000 to make the firefighters whole,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. The problem that we've got, and, you know, if that's what you want to do, all right. I think there are other places we could cut that, I mean, because we're gonna have to do more.
I know, at some point.
Sooner or later. Well,
Right.
yeah, sooner or later, we're gonna have to.
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be sooner.
And it's gonna have, yeah, right,
Yeah, I mean,
depending
it's gonna
on
be
when
a
Reed
lot
closes. or
if I
stuff.
take it, the new
Scott,
hospital doesn't.
how do we know how much more it costs?
Well, we don't, but, you know, typically in public projects, they tend to be more expensive than private projects that maybe we're more used to because of the rules and regulations that you have to follow. You know, and I've used this example before, but, you know, when the Miller Building was built in 1999, 2000, 2/3 of it was paid by the late Patsy Miller. The other third was paid by the city. And Mrs. Miller could have paid for the whole thing, and because it was on city property, it was considered a public project. And as such, you had to pay state prevailing wage. And that added about $250,000 worth of construction cost to that project. And so typically, public projects cost a lot more than what we might be used to in private situations.
And I understand that. I was just wondering how we came up with $400,000 for a morgue.
You'd have to ask the commissioners that. I have
Yeah,
no
you have
idea.
that Dale's right there,
Dale?
ask him.
You got anything you can add to that?
What is the question? I didn't hear.
How did we come up with $400,000 to build a morgue?
Oh, that's just a guesstimate. We have no specific plan or price on that. The less we can spend, the better. But that was just simply a guesstimate.
I don't know how that works, but is that not part, maybe like Reed would help with that? Is that not part of their help responsibility too, or not? Not at all?
They're giving us their equipment.
They didn't allow, for some reason, we don't know, but they didn't allow for a morgue in their new building.
Okay.
I
And
believe
obviously, that's something we've got to
in
have.
comparison, Rush County, Amy was a nurse over there, but they use one of the local funeral homes as a makeshift morgue or temporary holding or whatever. So
Sure.
maybe that's something they could look at here instead of,
There's no dead people complaining?
not a one of them.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I had
They're
made
gonna
that
need a bigger one if they
suggestion.
keep cutting emergency services.
But,
Because
you
there
know,
are-
Probably to partner with one of them would be a lot
and,
better
and
than.
and eventually, you know, that would, you know, there'd have to be some costs involved too
Yeah,
Right.
to pay for their services as
Right.
well.
I don't think it'll be $400,000.
Exactly.
yeah, I don't think you'd be looking at 400,000.
The Rush County morgue is in the county jail.
Jail, yeah.
When they built the new jail, they also built a morgue and coroner's office as part of the jail
Yeah.
complex. I toured it.
When Glenwood built our new fire station, and we got a grant for part of that, and we had to go through, we couldn't just build it, and here again, we had people who could have. But because it's a public project, we had to have an engineer and the whole 9 yards. That building cost us a little over $500,000. And there's no reason for it. There was no reason at all for the building, and that's no equipment at all, it's just the building. So, you know, I get exactly what Scott's saying.
So when do they have to figure that portion out, the morgue? Does that have to be something done
Well, the hospital, they're looking to open it around the
this
first of the
next year?
And when they do, and that shuts down,
So that buys another year for you.
How do they turn that building down, I take it?
yep. Yep.
I think the move is in February now.
Huh?
The move is in February now.
Is it February? I know it's after the first of the year, I know that. So after that. They gave us their equipment though.
I don't know if I'm going to or not.
Yeah.
Clients aren't gonna, they ain't gonna,
No,
they'll be all right.
again, they won't care.
That's terrible to say.
So,
Okay.
So where are we at?
Bill, and I hate Bill Pickles.
Well, someone's gonna have to make a motion and see where we're going to take it from and the amount. So right now, we're at 25. And they're saying,
My question again, Sharon, is the 25 just a guarantee, or is that the amount they're all gonna get?
well, we won't be doing it for 3 years because we can't guarantee that for 3 years.
That's what I was gonna say, whatever,
no way we
whatever
can
we can
every
give
year.
them, we'll give them, but we guarantee at least that much money. And
They
that's
don't
what-
want the agreement. We're not doing an agreement.
They don't
We
wanna
threw
do it
that
now.
out.
It's not
So-
helping us, it's not
okay.
solving anything.
So
I
we're
mean,
not-
you're gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna be in worse shape next year than we are this year.
so,
I don't think anybody can.
Might be in
so,
better shape next year, beginning.
I hope you're right, but that's not happening.
So what was the amount last year?
45.
45.
It's-
45.
But that was when we had a projected
Right.
income.
There was nothing
that
to go
supposed
off
to
of
come
last
in.
year. They
No.
projected it come
They
in
told
low.
us what we were gonna get. Well, we were $26,000 less. So we already went over last year.
And
So
that's why
almost
we
10.
use
Yes,
percentages.
so-
Almost 10
dollars.
each.
Pardon me?
We almost gave 10 each. Too much.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean,
So this year, when we ran the numbers, like I said, because we got less, we were just trying to stay to where we would not go over and not have to take out of
Other funds.
other funds. So, but anything over, I think it was 26,666, is going to have to come from other funds.
And that strictly comes out of citizens living in Fayette County on their income, right? Like they're taxed.
The public safety.
If I work in Newcastle and I come home, my tax money goes here. So that, they're saying that many people have either quit working, left, or not getting paid as much, right? That's how that goes down. It's just the citizens here. Doesn't matter where you work, it's where you live.
So that money is going to have to be made up from another place. So right off the bat, that $12,000, $36,000, we're already over
Has to come from somewhere.
what
Has to
the,
come from somewhere else.
it has to come from somewhere else because it is not in public safety. It is not there. So that's what we were saying, and I know it's a cut. I'm not trying to make it, but that's just where we were
I
just
get
doing,
it.
it's the numbers is all
Right.
we were doing.
Yep.
So,
So Gabe, would you say that say like the 30,000, is that part of the 1.5 that was over, yeah?
yeah, we're supposed to cut the budget 1.5 million,
Yeah, well,
and now we have to add back in 36,000 that we're not gonna be cutting.
But he's asking for 37 each, right?
37 each, yeah. I don't know why I'm using 36, but, so that's where it's at.
36 is more than 25.
Do what?
36 is the difference between giving 25,000
Yeah.
and
What
37.
does the state, I mean, I know,
For
I
3
think
years.
I'm right on this.
Right.
What does the state allow, I mean, I know last year.
But we're not
was
gonna do
I
the
don't think
3
we-
1
years.
point some
We're
over.
just gonna
Don't
do
the
1
state
year.
say, if you're so far over, you go back to the table no matter what? Is there a,
Oh,
a certain
They
percentage?
they
or-
would just cut it at the state level.
So they would just cut it. So you have to be within a perimeter,
Yeah.
somewhere close, or they're just gonna
I
send
think,
it
and
back.
at 1.5 this year.
Is that what it is?
I can't remember. I think it's
Yeah.
right around that. And it has to be cut.
Right.
I mean, we don't, it's not, it's just, we have to do that.
So,
Jane, I'm gonna
I
ask
just
you a
got a
very
crazy,
stupid question.
crazy, okay, go ahead.
What raises the local income tax? Our income tax in Fayette County, what raises it? Why would we have to pay more?
Population.
I'm sorry, do you mean like why would we get in more?
Why would we be charged more for our property tax in Fayette County? What would have to happen here to cause taxes to go up in Fayette County?
Property tax,
Property taxes or income taxes?
Property taxes.
assessed values.
I mean, it's partly based on your assessed values, but partly your property taxes are gonna be based on what budgets you guys pass. But you can only go up to the maximum levy. And then the state has already issued the property tax cap credit, so with the maximum levy, let's just say it's $8 million this year, but they're already telling you your tax caps are gonna take away 1.5 of that. So you can levy 8 million, but you can't collect 8 million, you're gonna be able to collect 6.5 million. If everybody pays their taxes.
If everybody pays their taxes.
That's a big if.
That's a big one.
So, I got a quick, and I just got, not now, but I've been, a couple people asked me and I didn't have the answer, so here's the place to do it. So if we was 1.5 million short last year, and we went, and this money that we have sitting in the bank went up, how does that happen? It went down?
Yeah, our
Okay.
surplus went
So we
down.
had more than the total amount last year?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was a
Yeah, because we
misunderstanding.
were already over the public tax when we. ended
So
last year.
between when Bob said, we was getting 450,000, between them years, apparently our budget was way low and we gained. That's how we've built that 10 million in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but in actuality, there's not 10 million.
Yeah, it's whatever it is, I don't know.
Right.
There's, yeah. A cushion.
So what are we making a motion on and what are we doing? Because we're definitely in a,
You care, Dale, to cut out that more money?
Yes, I do.
Well, you wanna have them around, don't you?
Well, here's the thing about money. There's never been enough of it to go around. There never has been, and there never will be.
Correct.
And so, believe me, Kay, I do not envy you people's position here. But since the inception of the public safety tax, fire departments certainly have more money now than they did before. And I would hope that they can understand that although these people made a miscalculation last year, they can't keep on miscalculating going forward. They have to correct this. And that's going to cause you some pain.
Mhm.
That's the way it is, you know?
Well, how about we just cut services? Is that what you want?
Well, that's gonna happen.
Services
I
for the
don't-
county?
I think
If that's
going
what we gotta do,
forward,
that's what we gotta
services
do.
will be cut,
I'm sure there will be.
yeah.
What's your life worth?
At his age?
Anybody's age.
Sorry, Dale.
That's a pot in the kettle.
Yeah, I know. I'm there too.
I have no intention of getting into this dispute between you and these departments, but
We could call a dispute. It's just a discussion.
the morgue project is something that is coming. It's going to be here before you're ready for it.
But to hear what he said, we could always use the funeral homes.
you don't know that, Kay. Have
No,
you
but
talked
the
to a
funeral
funeral
homes-
home to find
funeral
out?
homes do not
You
want
don't know
this.
that.
They
It's
do
an
not.
assumption.
I would think preventing death would be more important than after you're dead, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah, you got to throw some card here back.
It's not like a Brookfield, there's,
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
guess,
That brings up a good question, though.
I think it's a great idea.
Obviously, I mean, I work for Reed, but, so if we move in February, I'm not privy to that information, but the doors will close
Yeah.
at one location and open at the other. I don't care if I give you $1 million, you're not gonna have it built by February. So what's the actual plan? Where are you taking it? Where are you
And
taking
to add
said-
to that, I
where you
would like
taking
to
said
know the
body?
cost. What
Well,
is the cost? I mean,
Well, I mean, we're not even talking about that. I'd give $1 million, but look next door. You can't get nothing built. You're not,
but I mean, if we're
What are you
sitting
gonna
here
do?
saying it's gonna cost $400,000, and we don't know that. It may be
but you have, but
275.
you're gonna have to have something built.
Sure.
What are you gonna do?
Okay, but the whole thing, the whole point right now that we need to get back to and focus and quit on the rabbit trail, we ain't talking about the morgue.
Right.
We're talking about the volunteer fire departments. And we've been talking about it an hour and 5 minutes. What are we going to do?
I make a
Where's the
motion, we
money
give them
coming
the
from?
37,000.
Each.
And get it
Each.
somewhere. That has to be.
It has to be from where?
And the money, where are you
Then-
taking it from?
We will take it from the morgue project, because we have no idea what the morgue project's gonna cost.
I second the motion.
Can I ask a question? Push comes to shove, can we use the rainy day fund for
You could transfer money from rainy day into county general.
county general to cover a morgue? Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
So what is the amount that you are motioning on?
37,000 each.
So 25 from public safety, 12 from the morgue.
Each.
Yeah, so there's a motion on the floor. You want a roll call vote?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so doing a roll call vote, Connie,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Gabe,
Yeah.
okay, Bob,
No.
Scott,
I always plan to cut that morgue anyway. Yes.
Sharon.
Yes.
Okay, motion carries 6-1.
So be it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you can find that tax,
What's that?
if you can find that tax,
Yes,
that would be great.
I definitely will dig into that full hill
I
right
mean,
now.
no one wants more taxes, but
No, I know, but you know, like I said, you guys
I
are,
don't know.
we're on a downhill slide all the way around everything.
Business.
And we're gonna have to change
Any more
that.
businesses?
We just delayed it a year.
We're,
We can function another year without any improvements and no cuts.
I don't, but, you know, I know people are upset about cutting services.
That's
But-
the
but-
reality.
But that is,
That's what's
It's
going
I
on.
don't
coming.
know how we do this budget and don't cut services. It's just
You've
that
got
simple.
all, I mean, I
It's-
believe
I mean,
you guys have done
it's
your
fifth
diligence, you've
grade
cut the fat, but
I don't know how you don't get money from EMS. And I mean, we run the city, but if the treaties and such were 5% and 50 to 75% medical, I just don't see how you don't get any money at all
Because you both can't
from
make a claim,
the
right?
EMS.
right. Well, I think do you
No,
guys
from
still
the
bill
city
for,
is what I mean.
but I mean, a lot of them
From
you
the
don't
It
get
don't
paid
matter,
for,
Connie,
right?
then we're still paying half that, so.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
I mean, you can bill, it's like them, it's like what we talked about on fire department, billing for our insurance and rec and fire. Like I said, you can bill, but a lot of, they send out bills and a lot of them don't get paid. I mean, I'm all for,
I know, but
whatever you think we can do, I'm all for it. And if there's something
And
else we can
sometimes-
help with,
Like you said,
we're all in.
man-hours are man-hours.
I mean, we have no problem, we will do whatever we need to do to help to do another service.
And
One
Jane,
thing
I'm gonna ask you
need to
this.
think about though, if you wanna bill the ambulance to pay the fire department, your county share is gonna have to go
And
up.
then that budget goes up.
So you pay half of that budget now. So if you're just moving it from point A to point B, and it's still there.
Well, right. Yeah, but something like that, 5,000 from the highway. I just don't, because we talked about, I mean, a personnel, every man-hour, or another paramedic, or another EMT with benefits, retirement. There's no comparison in the cost.
But just like right now, we're losing two medics now. And as far as I know, there's no medics to replace them. So we're gonna be 2 nights or 2 people down here in the next couple of weeks.
So essentially, we just passed something to help you though. I mean, we just allowed that help to continue.
Let us keep help.
Okay,
Will they come to the city to assist you? Will you guys come to the city to assist them?
If we have to, yeah, we'll
They
assist.
have.
That's mutual aid. We've got mutual aid
Yeah.
agreements. We're gonna go anywhere anybody calls us, and they will too.
Okay.
City fire will come out, we'll go in, sheriff's department, if they need city police, they're gonna, mutual aid agreements are off the table. There is
You
no
guys get
money
toned
exchange.
You get toned every time, right?
Every EMS room.
Yeah.
We're at every single EMS room,
That's what I thought.
yes.
In the county.
In the county.
In the county and our district.
Yeah, the city only runs on certain ones because they've got like a 2-minute. The reason why that started is if somebody has a medical run, you know, Bentonville, well, they're 15 minutes away. We can be there. We have all the same equipment. We've got defibrillators. We've got glucose. We've got oxygen. We've got everything that they carry. We just don't transport, and minus the medics. So we can get the service so much quicker. So that's how that. Now, city doesn't run on every single run because the ambulance can get there so quick. They run on like, you know, difficulty breathing, heart attacks, overdoses, that kind of thing. So, but we run on, if you stub your toe, we're running.
Chad, how many people do you have on your fire department?
We keep a roster around 20. There's active and inactive. So I would say I think we're around 22, 24 right now. And then active, we're probably around 15.
Chad?
That's all three?
All right, Dale?
No, it's just us.
We've got about 25 on the roster and probably about 10 to 15 active.
And Everton?
We've got 39 on the roster, probably 21, 22, somewhere in there is active.
I appreciate everything you guys do. I mean, this is sucks.
I know, it does.
And we're probably gonna do it again next year.
I guarantee it.
We probably need to get moving on, so.
Would you
Yeah.
inform me
Yeah,
on
let's-
something?
we
What's
need
the
to
between
move
roster
on.
and active?
Yeah.
What's the other guys doing?
Running radios, getting supplies, washing hose. They're not interior
They're not
firefighters.
active fire department.
Right. They can pump, they can, you know, we got there's a million things to do reports. I can send them to the school and do the programs. There's a million things to do, but they just are not active. When I'm calling active, I'm talking a full suited up fireman that can go in there packing fight fire.
Is that because they don't want to, or you don't trust them to do it?
That's because they're 75 years old.
There you go, okay, fair enough. There's no deal, we can't qualify.
We had 5 members over 50 years on our department that still run trucks and pump, and they do it well, and we rely on them.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
Sorry
Thank
this
you,
was
guys.
Such a pain.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not pleasant.
All right, let's move
go
on
some more
to,
non-public.
I emailed everyone the clerk's explanation
Yeah.
for, thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
folks.
sir.
Uh-huh. Did everyone get that?
No.
Okay, so, the 15,000 for maintenance was for the micro boat. Let me find that one here.
Did you see mine and Connie's response to?
I did.
I need more details.
Well, I mean, she explained everything when she was in here.
She didn't give us numbers, like how many?
She did on her,
16?
yeah, on her. Just a minute here, let me get to it. The one clerk is on 10, and then the other one is 30, the perpetuation, I don't.
I think that was on election board, isn't it, that
I
was?
think so too.
That's what I'm looking for, yeah, the election
That's 16.
board is page 16.
So instead of the 30, it should be 15. Correct.
Which one, the precinct board members?
No, but the
No.
micro vote, I just don't know if it was,
Yeah, the micro vote support. It says, so the 15,000 for the maintenance was micro vote. It's telling me we will need new machines here soon. So I figured if I could start by doing some of this now, then it would not be a big number in the long run. So it should be 15 instead of 30. That's what she was explaining.
is that a contract? Is that what it is? Or,
It's buying the machines.
right, well, right. So support, when I think support, I think contract.
No, she says, so the 15,000 for maintenance was for the micro vote, and that's new machines. It says, it's telling me we will need new machines here soon. So she was trying to figure in just to.
Okay. So the actual maintenance line, not the other two that are talking
What
about
account?
micro vote. Okay, sorry. So the actual maintenance line, 30102. Correct?
30102. 15,000.
Okay. So she explained. I think we were questioning the micro vote support. Because I believe when she was here, she thought that was not right.
Haven't done yet.
I mean, between the three, you'll have nearly 62,000 just with microvote. I guess that's what we're asking.
I'm reading it. I sent it to everyone. Did no one read it?
I've got it right in front of me, but
Okay.
it only alludes to the 15. That's
Right.
all she talks about.
She says in the next few months that she has microvote coming in to talk to us, the council, so to how much this will cost the county. So if it's something that, I mean, we want to wait till they come in to talk to us. I'm just reading what her email said. That was our question.
So you want to pull it out and then do an additional later?
Are maintenance and support the same thing? You get 15,000 for both?
I don't think we know.
I'd say
Yeah.
we put it out till we know where we are, where we
Yeah.
need to be.
Yeah, because, I mean, if.
I have a note there that the maintenance 15,000 is for the voting machines.
To buy more, to get ahead of the game and buy more. By per her email.
Yeah, yeah.
But then what is the support? Because there's only been up to like 25,000.
But this is a voting year.
Yeah.
So, and then, let's see, yeah, because it's been 23, 25, 21, and then in 25 it's only 13, but this is a voting year is the reason that it is up more for the micro vote support.
And the programming, seems high.
So 15 cover both, or gotta have 30?
I'm thinking that 15,000, and I don't know, she's not here, is, since that, it says voting machines is what I have in my notes.
Well, if you look at 2024, that was an election year, 21,000 in the micro vote support, and then $7,830 for the micro machine programming, or the micro vote machine programming. Things have only gotten larger.
Yeah, well, if you look at the 30102, the maintenance, there's never been any, and that's why I'm thinking that the 15,000 would be there.
To buy the new machines.
Pardon me?
To buy the new machines.
So we can,
Would they come programmed? Would that be included?
No, probably not.
Yeah,
I would say not.
So leave the maintenance in there?
To me, it seems like the microvotes, the 20, or 2, the 220 budget 30 encompasses actually both line items of 220 and 230, to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I see it too.
Like when you said gave the 21 and the 7, or almost 8, it seems like that could encompass the 30.
Well,
only.
that's if things don't change the price, which we know that's not the case.
Right.
We gotta make a decision on this, man. Got lots to do.
I can't hear you.
So we gotta make a decision on this, got lots to
Yes.
do.
So that would be 47,000 with the microvote support, and then the microvote machine programming, that's 47. And then the maintenance is 15.
At the
And
least,
and it says that the voting machines, so I would say until we hear from the person that's gonna come in, I would cut the 15,000.
She's never used it before.
Because it's never been in there before until we have further. Scott, you're quiet.
I just,
Huh? Okay.
I'm
what are
not
you
really,
thinking?
I did not see your email that you sent out. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
I didn't even.
Here,
I'm okay with that, because we don't know what an estimate is.
and we don't know what the
And
maintenance.
we would have to decide how many and like
Right.
how many years we want to stretch it out.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of ifs, ands, and buts, and over what time period.
And that would give her some
Okay.
kind of
I can just throw this out there for you. So in hang on, I'm losing track of my year. I think 2017. Yes, half in 2017, half in 2018. The last time we had to do a technology upgrade for the voting machines when Melinda Sadoff was still here, it cost $72,238. And that was in 2017.
Wow.
15's not going to cover that anyway.
So the
No,
47,000
but I think
really
that's what
was
she's
even.
saying.
Yeah.
If you did a little
I
each
think,
year,
yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
It might cut, because we're not using less machines now, right?
yeah.
Yes.
yeah,
Significantly
that's
less,
true.
so
I mean, we probably have,
it may be half.
don't we have, aren't we sitting on like a reserve of machines since
I know.
we have went to the,
Well, that doesn't mean they work though.
well, that's true.
Just the Democratic and stuff.
I vote to cut it.
Me too.
So you're making a motion?
Sure.
Second.
So what are we cutting again?
That 15, just.
The maintenance.
Until we
In the
get
maintenance.
the presentation.
3102?
Yes.
Are you cutting those other two things
I say
until we
we-
hear that presentation?
I say we cut the 30 back to 25, and we cut the 17 down to 10. Just based on prior,
Well, but what Jane just said, I mean, for those machines was $72,000. I don't know that I would cut those because this is a
That's
voting year.
fine.
26 is a voting year.
that's buying machines. It doesn't cost you that much for
No,
this.
this is the technology upgrade.
No, that was just an upgrade. That was not buying.
Well, I don't know where then 30 and 17, it's not nowhere near 72, I don't know. I don't
No,
think,
that's where she was saying the 15 was just to get us started.
Oh, you got it?
I think you're talking about apples and oranges, I don't think I still think we have muddy waters there.
There's a
What's
motion on
that
the
you got
floor.
in your hand?
Yeah.
Should use it?
Who made the motion?
Has everyone else seen this?
Connie, and who seconded? Kay seconded. To do the 15,000 what? And are you adding more? What did you say?
Sure, take 30 down to 25 and take 17 down to 10.
Okay, Connie, you need to cut 15 in maintenance, reduce programming to 10, and reduce support to 25.
Wouldn't her perpetuation take care of some of this?
No,
No, not on this one. Okay,
it's all election.
no.
And then microvote's supposed to be coming in soon to kind of go through this, right?
Can we cut maintenance to zero then?
That's what the motion is. Is that correct? Microvote's supposed to come in the next couple months?
Yes, that's what,
Yeah.
doesn't it, isn't that what that says? Yeah.
We had that 30 on account
Yep.
10154. We had that cut down to 15 in our conversation.
Yes.
Thanks, Scott.
How can you budget money for something you don't even know what it costs?
Yeah, I know.
Well,
I
I
don't
think
get
she's got an
that.
idea for it.
Huh?
I think she's got an idea, we just don't understand.
There's a motion on the table, are they still amending the motion?
I don't know. So are you, what, are we amending the motion? What's going on?
Yeah, all of them, take 15 off of maintenance, because we're gonna wait for the presentation. Take the 30 down to 25, take the 17 down to 10. I mean, some of these other years have been election years, and that's still, that's still a higher accounting for inflation. And then also, we have in our notes from the precinct board members, 154, that 30,000, I believe Dawn said something about 15.
That's what I got in my notes too.
So instead of 25, make it 15?
No, she's talking about 10154, Bob.
No, and the reason that that is that way, if you remember, is because she will have to put more people on the, in the election
We already decided
Because all
voting
our-
sites.
Do what?
She will have more people this year in the voting sites, like at
On
each-
election day.
On election day and stuff, so there's gonna be more cost there. Is the reason that that is that way.
Did we have voting centers in 22?
No.
No,
Then how could it be more than 22?
inflation.
I mean, how many precincts do we have? We went
Well,
down to 5
22
centers.
was 15,000.
Well, look at 24.
Do you remember what year we
Yeah, but
increased?
you're
gotta
talking the
cover the
difference between
cemeteries, too.
having all the precincts versus having the voting centers.
Yeah, let's look.
Was that 24?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
I think there's
The election board members got an increase at some point. I want to say it was
23 or, yeah, 23 or 24, because 23 going into 24, I believe. I'm not.
I mean, if we had more information, I mean, does she have 30 workers, does she have at X amount? I mean, we've taken other job descriptions and taken it down to $16.53 an hour. I mean, that's the stuff we need to know, in my opinion. Otherwise, it's a guess.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean, we spent an hour and a half talking about $36,000, 12,000 times 3. This is an easy 15. And obviously, if it's there, we're gonna pay for it. If it's more, we're gonna,
Are you making a motion?
I already did.
She
3
already
times.
did.
second.
I already seconded
But
it, yeah.
second,
All right, so we're going to take a
Well,
roll call on it?
she didn't finish if she was gonna
Right,
change
you
the
were
30,000.
amending it, you were saying different things you were doing, because at first we only did the 15,000, and then you said, well, no, I think we should.
Okay,
So-
let's go from the top. 154, take it from 30 to 15. 102, maintenance, take it to 0. 220, microvote support, take that to 25 from 30. 230, 17, take it to 10. That's modestly increasing, and that's it.
Second.
Seconds a day.
Well, she had to re-second and amend the
Okay,
motion.
I'm sorry.
So, okay. Ready to vote? Do you want a roll call?
I want a roll call.
Okay. Connie?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Tim?
Yes.
Dave?
no, estimate that 15's for new machines.
Yes.
Scott,
They'll come back and ask.
No.
Sharon.
I'm a no, not on an election year.
Okay, that's passed 4-3.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to see here.
Okay, next.
Where did he go? What's the next page?
We did. I'm marking things off. Give
We
me a
haven't
second.
attacked the commissioners.
Election board.
He's here. Giddy.
Yeah. We can.
Are you gonna go to commissioners, deals here?
Yes. 12 and 13.
Dale, you're up.
You go grab my book.
We haven't done the cemetery, have we?
No.
You want to do it real quick while he's getting his book?
Sure.
Page 29. Is there telephone? Is that like a cell phone? Probably.
No, it's an actual, like a landline next door, and then they can get like voicemail messages.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
Because we don't have that column here on the screen either.
And who does the mowing? Different
Right,
people?
Right, no, right now it's Jay Mackey. We have to do bids and award contracts, but he's had it for the last 3 or 4 years maybe.
So he gets paid 23,000? I was just asking
Yes.
to do all of them, because there's 17 cemeteries, it says.
Yes.
So his budget's not changing any from 25 to 26?
They did not increase their request.
All right.
That was good.
Yep. Alrighty.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, you look like you're at the principal's office.
It's been a busy day.
I'm sure.
Okay. Starting on the commissioners on page 12.
For the annex roof, do you have a quote for that? Or is that just a guess?
He didn't hear you.
For the annex, for the building repair annex roof? Is that an estimate or is that, we have a quote for that?
That's an estimate that we, at our most recent meeting, we did accept a contractual bid to repair and replace the flat roofs at the annex and the jail roof this year.
So on this year's budget then?
So that was, correct me if I'm wrong, Jane, it was a little over $102,000 altogether. So that work I expect to be done this fall.
And do you have enough on your budget, this year's budget to cover that?
Well, we, in the original appropriation was only 50,000, so we're having to use money from
Other places?
separate funds to make up the difference.
Okay.
But you do have it covered?
You know, we've figured out a way to cover it.
So you don't need this 200,000?
Well, they will, right,
Well,
eventually.
not for that roof. That roof will be paid for this year. But there's other projects, standing in line, waiting, it will cost that much or more. It's just a matter of,
Is that gonna be a contract we bid out, or is that gonna be our maintenance guy?
you have to speak up, Kay, I
The
can't.
roof should be contracted out.
Yeah, contract.
These other projects will be contracts or our maintenance guy?
Well, let's say, if we are able to build a morgue or have a morgue facility somewhere, I'm sure that would probably be contractual work, be involved there. Just about everything we do requires a contract of some sort.
I mean, do you have any kind of plan whatsoever on the morgue where you would build it? Do you know people that build them? Do we?
Well, the vice president of Reed Health has given me a verbal promise that we can have the equipment that is in the current morgue at the hospital on Virginia Avenue. That would be a savings to us of, I'm sure, over $150,000. If they don't give it to us, I don't know if anyone else is out scouting for that stuff or not. We would need a building, a building or a room approximately 30 feet square. Enough space for a small office for record-keeping purposes. And then the rest of the facility would be taken up by the actual equipment that is there.
This building, are you looking at a block building? Or are you looking at pole barn type building, stick build?
I don't think a pole barn type building would work in this
Would
case.
it
I
be
think
stick
more-
build, or would you do a concrete building?
I think at least a concrete block building, at least.
Okay, you're talking 900 square feet. Today's construction, I think $100 square foot for residential is close. 100 to 120. So a block building. I'm not sure if a block building, I'd have to find out.
Well, that being said, I guess the only thing I have a problem with is $200,000 is actually this line item that says annex roof. And it's not going for an annex roof.
Well, at the time we put this budget together, Connie, there was not a for sure thing we would get roofing work done this year.
Right. And if you get it done cheaper than
So-
200,000, that's great.
That, that contract came after this was all put together. Everything in here is a constant moving target.
Well, I hate to say it, but I think we need to move that back to 50 this year. And then if you guys have other things that we need to be repaired, then I think we can look up how we feel about that.
Which line are you talking about?
40, 61.
Top line.
First one.
Oh, building repair, okay.
agree with that?
Where's the grant you've got for the tuck pointing of the courthouse? You said you had a $200,000 grant deal?
No, sir. We have no grant for that.
Okay. You need 1 point, that's for, that wasn't for the building, was it? That's for the Manlow Park, wasn't it? Yeah, never mind.
200,000, haven't we already spent just now 36,000 on that? Isn't that what we took?
Well,
They eliminated the
yeah.
morgue
Oh, okay.
on page 13.
They did, okay, okay. I can't remember which one that we took that out of.
Right.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I did not officially take the morgue out of there. Was that a vote?
Well, that was part of
Or do we
Tim's
take-
motion
Do we have
about
to
the,
take it all out?
Took 36,000 out of it.
huh?
Yeah.
You took the 36.
That was part of Tim's motion to eliminate the morgue in the county commission budget.
The entire morgue?
Okay, I recorded the motion saying to move to give them 37 and take the difference from county general, and that's all. I added it to the service
Right.
contract line because
But-
that's where I'll have to be
Well,
paid from.
that's why I asked
Service
about the
contract.
morgue, because it
Right.
was my
Okay.
understanding that was part of your motion.
That was
Well,
part of my
it-
motion.
It was part of your
It
motion.
wasn't officially made as part of your motion. Do you want to make another motion?
Just make a
No,
motion.
it was made part of the motion.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
No.
it was. And that's, I mean, he
He
said that.
questioned-
Play back, Justin.
It's an easy fix, guys, just make a motion and.
So I
He
said just make a motion.
questioned me, Jane, and I answered his question with that, yes.
Yeah,
And then you asked
So
if
it
we could
wasn't
put
official.
money back in the morgue fund from the rainy day fund.
I asked if we could spend,
And I don't even care, I can take it out.
Morgue out of
I'm
rainy
just saying
day.
that was
Yeah.
all.
So let's just-
Yes, you
Yeah.
could.
right.
Let's
And
get
Jane
this
said
cleared up
yes.
and move on. Do we want to eliminate the morgue for now? Yes?
Yes.
Yes, all right, move on.
And I think it's because we really have no idea what the work costs.
Right.
It's,
Okay.
And we gotta cut it.
Yeah.
Not saying we won't build it,
Right.
we're gonna
Yes.
have to,
Well, we will have to at some point in
but,
time.
yeah. All right.
So what are we doing about building repair, 601?
Okay, where
Down
are
to
we?
50?
200,000 down to 50?
I think it's gotta all go.
And then, because of the, I don't know how
So you
we'll
think
do
it'll-
this interlocal
Can you scroll back
agreement.
up,
We
Jane?
just put 600,000.
Why the jump in office supplies?
Hold on.
How do we do
We
that?
want to get rid of all of
Sorry.
it?
The EMS.
I added it to the service contract line.
Are we looking
No,
at
I'm sorry, you said
these?
EMS. I was thinking fire department still, I'm sorry.
Okay,
not there
yeah, you're
yet.
fine. So, but on
That's
the
line two.
interlocal, we only
Well, I don't know if we
offered
settled that.
6.
Huh.
So should we take that down 100,000? Is that,
What number is that, Sharon?
I'm asking,
Department of Public
it's
Works.
30020. How would we do that? But we don't know that yet.
Which one?
Oh, the EMS, you got nothing worked out yet?
No.
Do you know when it's gonna be worked out?
I mean, when we all get together. Yeah,
Where we at now?
and then, let's see,
Somewhere here.
building work.
can we not look at line by line? This is very confusing.
What is it?
Can we not just go down from the top to the bottom?
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I don't know what you guys are
Well,
doing,
people were going,
right?
Everybody's kinda jumping around.
But a lot of this can't be cut. Social Security, retirement, group health insurance, employer insurance. I mean, on this page, I mean, there's not much you're gonna be able to, insurance deductible, cable to, TV3, that's a,
Unemployment's took a big jump,
and
25,000.
then,
Well, office supplies is awful high.
What'd you say?
Office
Yes.
supplies.
Yeah.
yes,
okay,
what do you want to cut?
what line is that?
201, 20100.
Okay, okay, oh, yeah, okay.
35,
But don't they buy for everybody?
Yeah.
We're just looking at previous year spending.
Aren't you gonna bid that out, Dale? Office supplies?
What about,
What are they on track
Are
to
you gonna
spend?
bid it out to one supplier, so you can get cheaper?
Tracy said she would.
We're gonna
15,000
investigate.
right now.
Tracy did volunteer to
37, the most they
investigate
spent in
that.
'24 was 37.
35.
Contract is
Money.
Well, right
Do
now,
you
30,
understand
if
the
the rest of the year remains the same.
complications
You know,
of supply?
historically, they've budgeted 50, like, for all of these past years, we've just not
Funded
spent.
They just haven't spent the whole 50.
So, I mean, that,
It's not as easy.
Jane, are you saying that's been the same for the last few years?
I'm saying what we have approved for the
Yeah.
last several years has been,
That's what I was thinking.
52.
like the 50. But
Well,
we just don't
50.
normally spend it. I mean, the most we've spent in '24 was 37.
Yeah,
Not 35, because he's never spent more than 37.
yeah. So moving it to 40, do you think that would
She's
be?
working on it.
Can't be more than enough, I think, Sharon.
Is that what you did?
Yeah,
So what's the number? 35?
40.
40? Okay.
Because they spent 37 in '24, and they're on point to spend how much?
So,
How about the supplies, Sharon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear what Dale said about Tracy working on a quote?
Yes.
Yeah, but we gotta go, we gotta set the
Yeah.
budget, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
20 times.
Just figuring up to see what we're gonna, what it's on point.
And it's on pace to do about
30020.
30, 31,000.
Cut some, couldn't
Okay, so
it? 700.
Emergency first
move it to
aid?
35.
Yeah,
He spent
I
605,
would, I'd put right at 40, to be
535.
honest.
That's what I put down, 40. Okay,
650.
but the rest of this, pretty much, there's a lot you can't change. Okay,
Well,
and then on page 30.
well, sorry, we could,
What?
and I know I'm gonna get blasted over it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You know, we spend, between commissioners and council, we spend $64,000 on insurance for commissioners and council that we don't have to spend. If we removed $64,000 from the group health insurance line item,
Yeah,
it would force the commissioners to have to address that issue in their handbook.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Well, just to, not to correct you, but to correct you, in '24, well, in '24, it actually cost the county $80,668
In '24.
in
I'll
20.
amend my motion for that number.
I'll second it again.
I don't
I
understand
don't know what
that.
you,
Explain what you're saying, Scott.
Yeah.
What I'm
Don't
saying
let people read
is,
between the lines.
I mean, I think I've been very clear. I mean, if we reduce the group health insurance line item in the county commissioner's budget by what we're spending on health insurance for commissioners and council, it would force the commissioners to address the issue in the handbook and remove the opportunity for part-time elected officials to have a full-time health care benefit, because it is costing the taxpayers at this moment $64,000 a year for that benefit. And it would, 80,000 in 2024. It would certainly reduce things and perhaps save jobs eventually. So that's the motion and the second.
Group healthcare. We have a motion for it.
Yes, Scott made a motion.
Yes, Scott made a
Gabe seconded
motion,
it.
and
Well, I think
seconded.
Gabe made the motion and I seconded it.
Oh, sorry. So, Gabe, Scott, seconded.
So how does that really
Okay, and
affect
then-
what line item?
It's the
The 10230.
Yeah.
group health insurance.
So, we do roll call vote, Connie?
wait a minute, what are we doing?
They're voting on taking the insurance away.
That's
Or,
a
well,
commissioner-
I mean, yes, it is a commissioner
commissioner
decision,
choice.
but we can affect the commissioners by
removing the money.
removing the money. available for it. And that's what this motion is about. And that's what you're voting on.
So if you say yes, they're gonna remove it, and if you say no, they're going to keep it.
And the commissioners can't put it back.
They can't put the money back. Right. They could come back to this council and ask for an additional appropriation to fund it.
Well, I think that people that don't have any option, like me and Sharon, if we take it by insurance, I will have no insurance.
Well, you know, there's always the marketplace, right? And the reason Sharon has to take this, I'm not sure about your situation.
Yeah, that's my only option.
But the reason Sharon had to take it is because in her particular situation, if it's offered, she had to take it, right?
Yes.
And what we're saying here is we're trying to force the commissioners to stop offering it because it is not mandatory. It is
It's a luxury.
It's a luxury that we can no longer afford.
You have any input, Dale?
I don't think it would be proper for me to speak for all three commissioners on this issue. But it is a policy that some people don't agree with. I understand that. But it's, speaking only for myself, it's really hard to differentiate sometimes when it comes to these fringe benefits, which classification of employee deserves and which classification doesn't. And you've heard this argument through the years you've been here, Scott. So,
The Indiana State Supreme Court recently sided with Perry County when Perry
But the
County's.
lower court disagreed with that too.
Well, but the state Supreme Court's what matters.
Well, I know, but we got one
You know,
court saying it. and
The
one
state
court-
Supreme Court's what matters. And they said that it was an option, that it was an elective, it was not a must, that it had to be offered to elected officials. Now, clearly, when you're talking about elected officials like treasurer and assessor and things that people are here day in, day out, auditor and everything else, I mean, that's not what we're talking about here. It's people in our positions that are here really in a part-time way.
Don't have any insurance.
I am aware of that court decision this year.
I knew you did. I knew you were.
That guy's appealing it.
To where?
He wants it reheard.
Like I said, you can't appeal the Supreme Court.
You can't appeal the
That's
state
the
Supreme
final.
Court.
It's not-
I mean, he
Unless you're a
appealed it,
Democrat.
and it went to the appellate court, and the appellate court agreed, and then it went to the Supreme Court, and they agreed. So,
It's final.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court is it.
It's it.
Yeah.
So we ready for vote?
Well, I
ready for a
still
vote.
think that I don't know that I can get accepted on the marketplace because of my age. And it also said that if that causes straight harm in that hearing, that's another issue because I'll be without insurance and I could be possibly uninsurable.
Okay, I know that, you know, I'm not unsympathetic to your situation.
I just would like to be grandfathered in myself. Because it's definitely going to cause me
That would be a
direct
commissioner
harm.
decision, not a council decision. You guys have a
That's
motion on the
true.
floor.
That's true. There is a motion on the floor, so.
Well, I'm just debating. I mean, we're talking about my life here. Excuse me, Jane.
I'm just saying procedurally, what you're talking about is a commissioner decision that can't be decided tonight. So discussing it isn't gonna do any good right here. You would need to go to commissioners and ask to be grandfathered in. Right now, all you can do as the fiscal body is vote on this motion of whether to save the money or not.
Let's vote.
Connie?
Yes.
Tim? I'm sorry, Kay?
No.
Tim?
I'm voting no.
Gabe?
Yes.
Bob?
No.
Scott?
Yes.
Sharon?
No.
We've got 1, 2, 3. So motion fails 4-3.
Give it a shot.
I told you to fail.
I think we probably ought to reduce cable TV, because our cable franchise fees have been going down steadily over the last several years. I'd encourage us to take it down to 25.
What is our fees coming in this year at?
So far we've gotten 21,000. Last year we got about 28.
Okay. And we're looking to get 28 or just-
Probably, yeah, if we've gotten 21 3/4, that's averaging what, 7 quarters, so we should get about 28 again
About 28.
this year.
Do you have that interlocal agreement with you? Where mine is?
Sharon.
Okay. I don't know what I put in on that. Okay, I would say leave it at 28, because I don't think we should go lower than what we're going to. I can't remember what I put in that agreement. Do you have yours with you? I don't. Okay. Okay. So where we stand on this right now, it is, we have reduced to 50,000 in building repair. Office supplies, we have reduced to 40,000. The emergency first aid, 600. The cable TV 3 would be 28,000. And then the building construction for 400,000 we took out.
Can we lower the service contracts any?
No, you actually just increased your service contracts by adding the volunteer fire department in there.
I was
No
talking-
laughing.
Yeah, I was talking about your trash and your services in there, Dale.
So that
When
went
you had
up.
a solid number, Sarah's getting
How
at.
much would that, 160 would
There's
go up to,
a long list of service contracts that we have with
36,000
various
added to it.
vendors.
Sorry?
would that be
They're all covered.
196?
Yeah, that's with the 36 added to it.
So,
I don't
okay,
have
you already
that
got it on there, sorry,
list with
you're
me.
ahead of me.
That is, that's not something that we just get to spend however we want.
Right, I'm just saying, does your contracts that you have, that you spoke about, is it gonna come up to 160,000? That's what my question is.
Well, if you look in prior years, it was 367 last year. It was 169 in 2023. It was 174 in 2021.
What are you looking at?
Service contracts line 30970.
Okay, okay.
So obviously we gotta change that, but
It's
We have a
lower in
direction.
24, 22. Why did it dip down in 22 and 24?
Probably they weren't doing like a major, were they doing a major building or anything fund?
If those contracts are out there and signed, what are you gonna do? You gotta pay them.
Is the expenditure for the service contracts, is that part of the women's jail?
No. Just to name a few examples where this money goes, take course in fire safety that monitors the alarm systems here in this building. They're paid out there.
Just trying to figure out why they're so much higher this year.
Pest control. We have to keep the building treated for bugs and such. Just a whole host of services like that. When we have contracts with companies that provide these services, we pay them out of the service contracts line. Will 160, now if we're going to add the volunteer fire department to this line,
Well, my question was about how you.
160,000 will not
Okay,
meet our
I get
needs.
what you're
I can tell you
saying.
that right now.
I'm not talking about the fire department, I'm
Okay.
just talking about what you had allocated for the 160. What was included in that 160, that you come up with that number when you did this book?
I think he just basically gave
Yeah,
you an
he
outline.
just
and,
told you what it was.
I guess my question would be,
The big jump in 25 was for its Securitas technology. It was an upgrade on the camera systems for, I believe that was, Zach is gone, the jail? That Securitas, the 95, it was two different bills for 95.7 apiece. So the 191.4 of that 367 would be a one-time thing, but we have still spent 176,000 so far this year on just all the regular stuff.
Plus an additional 36. So it really needs to be budgeted at 200.
I mean, or at least leave it at the 196.
It's gonna have to be at 196 to compensate for the volunteer fire departments.
So at 196?
Yeah, it can't go less than that.
On which one?
Service,
Service contracts on
I'll
page
just make it
13.
even two.
pardon me,
200. I'll just make it even two.
You don't do that.
Oh, okay.
You want how much on it? We're raising 30,
So
okay,
you-
so how
all right.
much has this kept been?
She,
Do we know?
We're down from 55,494,000 to 4,869,000.
she put 200 versus on that service contracts. I'm good with that.
Oh, for the other day.
All right, what's left?
Okay, so now moving on. Is everybody good here? Okay.
Well-
Does anybody want to take a break at 7 o'clock, or you want to move on?
What do you want to
Actually,
do?
what's the burial, go back to page 12, the burial soldiers?
That is the veterans, and that,
There's just an increase, I just,
yes, that's for people that can't afford burials and stuff. They take care of it.
okay. Obviously, it's reduced cost, or we're just contributing a little bit,
Yeah.
or, I just didn't know what the, because the most was spent was 22,
We
no,
paid.
31.
I believe it's $100 for the burial of a veteran.
That's right.
Okay. So are we good?
Also, okay, so together than the setting of the stones. That's pretty elevated as well. I mean, is it? I'm just pointing it out. I don't really know anything about it. I mean, the most that was spent was 17.
Right, right.
We've only spent, is it, well,
2,000.
I mean, I've got 150 on my page. I have to scroll up. I don't see the current.
In
current is 600.
22, right, but
Okay.
in 22, it was 1725.
It's
And it was
600.
1,050 in 23, it was only 750 in 24, and thus far it's been 150.
No.
I'm in
That's
the
actually
wrong
600.
line, ain't I?
Spent is 600 both.
For both of those line items.
Okay.
So far, and that's up here, Chair.
So we want to make it,
Now, I will just tell you this, I've looked at 24, I'm looking at 23, I can go back and look at 22. Some of these funds, like you have budgeted 6,000 in that for the last several years, and you are correct that we do not spend that, but what we do with that, and a couple of these other lines, is at the end of the year when we don't have enough money to pay, because we've never had enough money to pay, like the EMS, we will roll all that leftover money up into like that line item up there on EMS. Like the year before you passed for EMS, let's say 600,000, we spent 607. The year before that we spent 605. The year before that we spent 639. So you can take that out of there, but we'll end up coming back for an additional appropriation at year end.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But I don't see how that makes good budgeting sense. I mean, just because that's why every year you're gonna look and say the same thing. I know we're gonna, if we spend it, we're gonna pay it. But I just don't, you could do that with everything. Oh, well, we'll pad that in case we need it somewhere else. And I feel like you'd be doing that with everything. That's just my opinion.
I'm not saying
I
pad
know,
it,
I
but
know.
I'm saying that it has been spent every year.
Right.
Every year.
Is what I'm saying.
Not every year was a great decision necessarily.
Because
Well,
I'm-
then make a motion to change it, that's all you gotta do.
yeah.
If that's what you wanna do, then make the motion.
I think maybe cut the 6 in half. And take 25 down to 2.
I'll second it.
We got a motion and a second.
Okay, taking 3,000 from burial of soldiers and 500 from setting
Governor,
stones.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, Gabe seconded?
Mhm.
Okay. That doesn't need a roll call, does it? Everybody in
No.
favor?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Now, okay, on page 35,
got a motion, 704.
we already.
They already
did.
passed.
Yeah, we didn't do a roll call, Bob, we just did everybody in favor.
Okay.
Did you say aye?
Did you, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, Melissa, you, so. are
Page
we done?
35, yeah.
Say 35?
Page 35, yes.
What is that?
Courthouse operating.
$50,000 at the top, 286.
on the 50,000 at the top, Dale, and do you have something coming up? It's maintenance and repair supplies, jail. Because before there hasn't been anything. Is that a new item?
Well, first thing that comes to my mind with that line is we still do need to have a water softener system added to our boiler system in this building. That's where I would hope that would be enough money to do that. We'll see. That would, to have soft water running through this heating system would
Improves the life.
reduce our overall maintenance costs going forward.
I thought Tracy had some numbers. Does she not have the numbers?
I'm leaving that up to our maintenance supervisor. He has talked to 2 people about this. I don't think he has a contractual offer right now.
I just thought, I knew Tracy had explored that when the boiler was put in, and I thought we had had a discussion, I think she and I had, that there had been a quote.
Yeah. I think it's when we was in the,
I haven't seen one. I do know that.
I haven't seen it, but I just, and I could be wrong, but I thought she had had numbers put together.
The contractor that installed the 2 new boilers this year, when we talked to them about the water softener system, they quite honestly said, you would be better off just go straight to somebody that does that. We can do it for you, but we would cost you more money. Go talk to one of these people that are in that business.
Sure.
And they'll set up a system for you.
Like a Culligan. Sounds like that.
Yeah.
Some.
Any more questions on line item 1?
Well, it just says maintenance repair for the jail, so. Right. So that system will work for the courthouse, correct?
No, it'd be for the jail.
The jail has a water softener.
So then that 50,000 isn't really
The
useful. to the
Repair and
courthouse.
maintenance supply line is supplies, so our maintenance people can do things. That's not,
Well, it says jail next to
on the
it.
one that you're looking at right here, the maintenance repair supplies 20286.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be for the supplies that our maintenance men would need to do,
For the jail.
or if a bill was broken down. And like if you look on down on 30102, the maintenance, that line last year you approved 55,000. They did not ask for that this year. They've moved it up into the supply lines, that 50,000.
Okay.
So they're actually requesting less and just putting it on a different line.
It just says jail next to it, is the only reason.
Right.
I
Just to
And-
differentiate between the line above it is courthouse. So maintenance and repair and maintenance supplies, that line is for the courthouse and then the other line's for the jail.
So
Just
now
trying
it's.
to-
Oh, so it's just
trying to break-
combined.
Just trying to break it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the water softener should be 285.
No, the water softener would be 286, wouldn't it? Isn't that what you're saying, Jay?
Yes.
Just put them both together.
Yeah, so it would be for the jail.
Because it's combined.
Okay. Then on, because the next ones can't really be changed because it's, but on 10258, building and grounds maintenance, they have 75,000. And in 2025, where are we at on what they have?
Oh, those are employees. It's the two,
The building and ground maintenance?
yeah, they're maintenance employees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, any of your one lines are personnel.
Okay.
The part-time line, the 190, is that custodial part-time?
Yes.
So has that changed with there was a recent email that I read? Are we down a person?
Right now, yes, we are down a person.
But it doesn't look like that was gonna change, or?
Everything are changing. Eventually, you just don't know which day it's going to happen. I don't foresee it staying like it is right now
Today?
continually, you know. But we did have one employee quit, so for the time being, one of the other employees is going to stand in over here. And once again, I'm going to leave it up to that department head to decide when he wants to replace that employee.
So basically leave it.
Yeah, I mean,
But you're gonna replace it, gotta be replaced, doesn't it?
I expect it to be, yes.
Okay.
Is that what you're talking about?
Hey Dale, I'm sorry for not asking this earlier, but the 30100 telephone, that budget item just seemed to kind of sticks out at me a little bit compared to the expenditures, although I haven't looked at see what
40,000,
we're spending now.
41,000 been the highest.
It's at 52. Is there kind of some reasoning behind that?
Well, that's an old number as far as the telephone line goes. But with the completion of the women's facility, there's going to be additional telephone service charges associated with that. How much will that be? Right now, I can't tell you. We won't know until we get the first bill.
Okay, thank you.
And if there's any of it left over at the end of the year, the auditor will need that little dab to
Do the transfers that we love?
transfer to another line that wasn't enough, you know?
Yeah.
You got transportation costs on that for 20,000.
Does that get paid to Liberty?
Yes, that is the county's share or contribution to public transportation in the county. And that's nothing new. The only thing new in that department is the fact that we are now part of a region. It's not Fayette County alone. It's a regional transit system now. It includes Fayette, Union, and rural Wayne counties. And what we've been told by the people at the Department of Transportation, that they expect to expand that region to include possibly Rush County and parts of Franklin County. So we don't know what to expect going forward, but for the amount of transportation that program provides to Fayette County residents, we're getting a lot for our money there. And it is a requirement for the grant system.
Why the jump in park maintenance?
Man Love, probably.
You what?
Man Love Park, probably.
Oh,
Is that correct, Dale? Man Love Park? He's asking a question about the park maintenance line item 30700.
So I've got written as man love.
Yeah, it's Menlo Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then isn't that a big grant?
We have secured one grant for that project. It's called a LAIR grant. LAIR is an acronym for Lake and River Enhancement. It's limited to no more than $100,000 a year. So we have applied 2 years in a row, been awarded 2 years in a row, so we have $200,000 credit toward that project. That amount also requires 20% matching funds. Now, the more we can afford to contribute on our own to that project, the faster it will be done. If we have to depend solely on the LARE grant, the cost estimate we have, it would be a 12-year project. So, how, you know,
Yep.
how long do you want to go on something like this? If I was aware of anything else available, any more help I could get on that, I'd certainly do it. Because that's something that I really want to see get done. I've spent most of the day up there today. If you've got any suggestions, I'm all ears. But here's one thing that I don't know if you all know this. I think I've mentioned it. The only thing that qualified us for the LARE grant was the fact that that lake had a boat ramp on it. Because the LARE grant funds are come from boat registration fees. If we had not had a boat ramp up there, even though you couldn't use it anymore because the mud's too deep, that's the only thing that qualifies us for that. So we have to get, we got to get the thing cleaned out so boats can use it again, you know. Because that's just one reason it needs to be cleaned out. But it's that was a lucky break for us. Otherwise, we'd have been searching somewhere else and maybe found something, maybe not. I wasn't aware of anything else.
What progress have we made in the last 6 months?
In the last 6 months, we went from a lake full of water down to a dry lake bed that is very near where we need it to be able to handle that material. At the next commissioners meeting, I expect to get a contract approved with the local contractor to clear 10 acres of wooded area up there for material storage.
Is that included in those grants to clear that area? Does the grant pay for the contract work to clear the area to store the material?
No. The grant money is for sediment removal only.
What, is there no other options to get rid of it other than to clear wooded area and stockpile it?
Not unless any of the neighboring farmers wants it dumped on them.
I mean, as fertile as you can get, as far as fertile soil.
Yes, it is. But it takes a long time for it to dry. It's
But if you'd spread it like with a manure spreader, wouldn't it? That would break it up. I don't know either. I'm just saying, is there any other option?
I can't think of one that's affordable. And again, too, the DNR regulations on this project is almost insurmountable. It has been very, very, very complicated.
So what do you figure cleaning 10 acres of forest is gonna cost?
Right.
Since I've already received 2 bids, I shouldn't even put a number out on that. I wouldn't want to give another potential bidder
I
a
understand.
hint.
I understand until you accept one.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to be hard to get along with.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and don't take it personal, but
So this is like the most expensive line item on this page.
That's a grant.
Well,
That's right, pays for it through the grant.
Only part of it.
But this is not grant.
yeah, I mean,
It's the match portion of the grant.
does the 215,
Yeah, it's 20% match.
which would be 40, right?
What I thought.
I'm sorry,
Probably
I don't know.
spent some already.
Yeah,
Huh?
right?
Have you spent some up there already?
I can't hear you.
Have you spent some money up there already?
Yes, but not much.
So that's probably, goes towards the match already, correct?
No,
So we've not spent any towards the match?
no.
So should the 215 be 40,000?
Well, let me finish I'll try to make a short conversation. When did this project start?
It
Just wondering.
started in 2023 is when we started work on the sediment removal plan.
Connie, I don't know if you're aware, but this fund is funded through our special purpose edit. So the commissioners do a capital improvement plan every year to spend this money. If you cut anything out of this budget, we have to give it to the city in a 57-43 split.
Oh, okay.
So really, this one is not one, you might want to rearrange something,
Right.
but you don't want to cut
Okay,
anything.
I appreciate that. No, I
So-
appreciate that.
All those little
I
details
just-
like that should be in the budget so everybody knows about it.
Yeah, okay. Well,
So there's, why are we discussing it?
yeah, well,
If,
that's,
you know, if we can't change the bottom line?
Right, well, I said you could, I mean, yeah,
You can
you could
rearrange.
rearrange. I mean,
Okay.
like
I
if you
see what
say,
you're saying.
I don't want to approve the 215 for Manlove, then you could move that somewhere else if you felt like it needed to be somewhere else. So
Gotcha.
you still have some
Gotcha.
You
judgment.
got
But
wiggle room there.
But of the special edit, what we get, the initial part we can use for courthouse and related facilities expenditures and for economic development projects. And then the way it's always been in the past, whatever money is left over that we don't spend gets split 57 to the city, 43 to us. This particular year, commissioners budgeted all of it, so we would not be giving the city anything. Like in the past, we always made sure they got enough to make their pool payment, their pool payment's paid off. Now,
My question, Jane, is that we're looking at this cost, what's going to be at 215. Are we having to kick in 40,000 for the 20%?
was the match included in the 215? Or you said no?
Not originally, no, but if we would have to take it out of there, I mean, we would, but let me try to give you a different picture of this. This line here is pretty much a replacement. But if you remember for the last, or since all of you have been here, we've been giving over $100,000 a year to the city to pay for the
park.
park pool renovation.
yes.
That is finally behind us. We've paid off the park pool renovation. They spent over $1 million there to make the pool smaller. So, I want to take at least that amount of money now out of 4903 that we were spending on the city's park pool and spend it on one of the county's projects. And the one that's on the front burner right now is Manlove Park restoration.
Yeah, my question meant to say that where's the 20% coming from? I mean, I don't mind doing it, I just want to know where the line item, is it going to cost the county $40,000 to do what you need done?
Well, if we have to use it out of 4903, we'll just use it out of 4903.
I'm not arguing with you, it's fine, I just want to know where it's going to.
But it wasn't originally there, and so I think Bob's question is, where was it originally inside your budget, that 40,000, or was it part of the budget?
It actually wasn't.
It wasn't?
It-
Okay.
It was,
Now, that was my
it
question.
was always
Okay.
in my mind to use funds out of 4903.
Got it.
But we haven't got to the point yet where we actually made that obligation. We haven't spent any of the grant money, so we don't yet owe any match money,
But when you do, you'll need 40,000 probably.
at the minimum.
Okay.
On 30200, $75,000 for EDG. I have said over and over and over again that we've got to have an EDG, and this helps keep it going. It's been my understanding that since there's been some changes there, the city has at least expressed a willingness to begin helping fund that agency at least a little bit for the first time in a long time. I'm okay with doing this, and if the city chips in some money, fantastic, right? But I'd certainly like the board to know up front that the idea that that city that has not paid a dime into that organization in years, the idea that they have more seats on that board than we do has to change, and it needs to change this year. Now, that's my.
My understanding is the city's paying 50,000 of it.
No.
No.
No. They've expressed a willingness, but whether they're going to do it or not is another story.
So, Scott, you're telling me that the city finances zero?
Zero. And hasn't for years. For at least 10, 12 years. So everything they got from us is what they run on.
I think last year we budgeted 50, didn't we, Gene?
100 last year.
It was 100 last year.
100?
But we are negotiating this on the interlocal agreement. So we really don't know what that's going to be.
Well, again, I'm just saying, I'm okay with leaving the 75 in, but the board needs to change their bylaws and either reduce the number of city folks on the board or add more county.
Add more county for sure.
Well, you and I both have seats on that board.
I do not.
I do.
share it.
Oh, that's right. I forget there was a change made there. That discussion would have to be had with the EDG board.
And I understand that,
Yeah.
right? But we need someone on a daily basis to help organize our community's economic development efforts. I have no doubt about that. But either the city needs to step up or they need to change their bylaws, one or the other.
What if we took this out on contingency that they're going to change? Or we're not going to put it back in?
I'm not suggesting we pull it out, okay? I'm just making it clear that I think they need to change it.
I think everybody agrees with that.
Yeah,
Right.
and that's what we're doing on the interlocal agreement. That's our proposal.
Okay. Fair
Okay,
enough.
we'll see what becomes of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions on courthouse operating?
What's next?
Okay, and then, let me see. Do we do the cumulative bridge with him? No.
You can. Bill Mackey is the one that prepares this budget, but Dale should be able to speak to it.
Okay. Or the cumulative building courthouse on page 37.
Talking about 37? I thought you were
37.
talking about 36.
Well, I am, but she said Bill Mackey is usually the one
Oh, okay.
that talks about this one, so.
We on page 36 or 37?
37.
37. Cumulative building courthouse. The request is, 30,000. Let's see, maintenance is 25,000. Now, what is all this for?
Maintenance and equipment, associated with this building as well as the annex. Ever since I've had any responsibility in putting together this budget, I've always tried to avoid spending out of it. Since it is a cum fund, and cum funds don't accumulate if you keep spending out of it. So I've always touched this fund very, very lightly, because I know down the road, we're going to need a ton of money for something. And if we don't protect these cum funds, you're not going to have it.
What do you plan
In
on
other
spending
words,
this?
I have been a tightwad when it comes to...
Oh, we know.
You?
We know that.
Yes.
Everybody knows that.
So Jane, can you explain this? I mean, like, is there any deal with this one? Just,
No,
okay. So it's just a.
just kind of what Dale said, it's just one of the cumulative funds that,
I have a note here, he's got 500,000 in that fund at this time.
yes, $534,936.
Okay.
And you only get there, Bob, by not spending it.
Are you planning on
Really?
doing-
Now, when did that start, Dale?
Well, that's the way I've had to live. I know.
Okay,
Are you
I
gonna-
agree with you.
Hey Dale, are you gonna spend any of this money this year on any projects?
On what?
Are you gonna spend any money this year on any projects? There's money you got set there?
I don't know. That's not entirely up to me, okay? This fund has such a small levy, it takes it a long, long time.
I just wonder if you had anything in mind for it.
Well, we know there is certainly several big ticket needs. Like tuck pointing is one, you know? Which, by the way, the tuck pointing of the 1890 section of this building was part of the planned project in 2004 when they built this new section. But when all the estimates came in, and they had to start reducing their wish list in order to get down to the amount of money that the county was able to borrow at the time, they couldn't borrow enough money to pay for the whole thing the way they wanted. So tuck pointing of the 1890 section of this building was removed from the plan, the construction plans from 2004 when all this part of the building was built. That's not all that was removed. There was a lot of items that were removed in that plan. So that's been on, you know, it's been on the radar around here for a number of years, and it'll continue to be until it gets done.
Do you have a best guess estimate, Dale, as to what it's gonna cost to do the tuck pointing in this building?
I think, if I remember right, Bob, I think the figure that one company gave us was in the $600,000 neighborhood.
So,
And I just the other day, I talked to our maintenance guy about this again, and he feels a little bit challenged, if that's the right word, to Tim Patterson's suggestion that we buy the equipment and do it ourselves. He's just the kind of guy to jump on something like that. Now, you're not going to get me 80 feet off the ground.
Me neither, Dale.
But he's the type of guy to try it, you know.
Yeah, but once we get him up there, you know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, well, it's not rocket science.
Okay.
It's not complicated work, but it's hard work. And it's just a matter of having the right kind of employees on payroll to do that sort of thing, you know. So
It would save a lot of money if he did it.
yeah, it would. It sure would. But it's not something that would happen
Quickly, no.
in a week, you know. That'd be one more job on their list of things to do that they would have to work on it a little bit at a time when they had time, you know.
But you're talking about saving $500,000, right?
But that's right. But, yeah, our maintenance director would just like to show us he can do it. So I don't know where to go eventually.
We're lucky to have you.
All right. So we good on this one?
No,
No, okay on
I
this one.
feel like that we should, I mean, we don't have any projects, the most that has been spent is $1,000, 1,557, 24, 25, we've only spent 1,000,
Total of 2497.
wait a minute, where is it?
The bottom.
Oh, down there,
97.
sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
2,497, and it's 30,000, and there's a $500,000, I would say, cut it. That's just my opinion. It's not gonna do anything to that, right? The money is just gonna still be sitting there, right? Okay.
Doesn't matter.
That's why I asked if it was any money that we lost or.
Right, that's why I
Like,
wanted to
didn't have
make
to
sure
get
too.
back.
It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
So we're not going to budget the 30,000?
Mm-mm.
Are you talking about Fund 1140?
Yes. Because with nothing going forward with it right now, or,
I would leave something in there. I mean, you gotta give the commissioners an opportunity to work with it when they need to, you know? I mean, I'm okay if you wanna cut it, but, you know, our biggest problem is county general, and that's not county general.
Right.
So,
The only thing that concerned me about something like this would be that if one of the other cuts you've made elsewhere in the budget would cause us to have to lean on this $30,000 appropriation, at least we would have it. But if
and
we
you
don't-
could use it somewhere else?
As long as it qualified as a courthouse expense. So, but like I said, this doesn't accumulate if we go to spending it, so I'm not eager to spend any of that fund.
So the
But if we
$30,000.
were forced to, because of the cut you made elsewhere in the budget that pertained to courthouse maintenance and that sort of thing, then we would have to rely on it, you know. So,
Why don't we just leave it alone?
So this isn't going to affect county general whatsoever?
I was thinking just let it be, just let it be.
Okay.
Let it move.
Well, but if you can take it out of here instead of county general,
But it can't be, no. It would have to be courthouse.
well, he's got courthouse expenses in his budget.
But if we take it out, what good is it gonna show us a lot of money?
No.
Nothing.
Just let it be.
Okay, page 38,
This one is basically the same thing.
the community building fund.
It's a Kim building jail.
Yeah, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Say it all
Just
out.
making sure.
It's a building
Minus
jail.
10,000 for building construction.
Repairs to jail. Okay,
Struggle.
now there's the annex roof again for
Yeah.
50,000. 30, where was that other one at? Annex.
40600, that's a new item.
Well, it was on another page.
You're on page what now,
It's on the
Sharon?
commissioners, I think.
You're on 38 now, Sharon?
Yes.
Yeah, but we're looking for,
It was on the commissioners page.
13. What?
Then I had, there was 55,000 on account now, is that correct?
Yeah, here it had, we dropped, and that was for the annex
Yeah.
roof too, on page 12.
Commissioners.
Yeah, on the commissioners,
Yeah, on page 12.
yeah. And then it's
Seems better to take it
on
out.
page 38 for
Better
50,000.
to take it out here than it is over here.
Oh, yeah, she was taken care of already.
And how much do you already have right now for the annex building roof? We were talking about that earlier.
I think it was 102.
That's what it's costing. Do you have 102 to do the annex roof? That's what it's gonna cost, right?
Yes,
Okay, you've already got that?
yes, well, Jane helped us find money in another fund to
Okay.
make up the difference.
Okay. So this 50,000 on page 38, what is that out of? For the annex roof? Where would
No,
that be?
I don't see where it says annex roof.
That's what we put
Yeah,
down.
it is right
Yes.
here, that's my notes from
I
what
took
you
it
talked
also
to
for
us
jail.
earlier.
Well,
Repairs
I'm
to
just looking
jail.
on there, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
From the notes when we were,
Do you have,
Came in
do
here.
do you have, am I wrong about the
Roof and annex.
30452 on page 38? What was the specific project in mind for that? Do you know offhand?
Well, there's some awful lot of door repair over there that needs to be made. There's some repairs that I know need to be made in the HVAC area. And it's constantly something over there. Now, the Cume Jail Fund never gets to accumulate much, because we've had to really lean on this fund over the years. And if we didn't have it, we'd be asking for money for somewhere else for repairs over there. So, you know, I let our maintenance department head decide what the priority items are. And if he says this has got to be a priority to the operation of the jail, then I take his word for it. So I never really know what's going to be next.
so he's already spent
Because
50,100.
there's something wrong over
Yeah.
there constantly.
So the 50,000 is appropriate.
Does it have it balanced, Gene?
54,000.
But they've already expended this year $50,111. Pardon me?
Out of that repairs line, yeah.
Really, I feel kind of silly sitting here talking about the condition of the jail with the sheriff sitting back there.
Doing such a good job.
Yeah, yeah.
But if, you know,
Come on up, Zach.
Zach, anytime you feel like helping me out here when it comes to jail, you just speak up.
This is, like you said, the conditions of the jail, I mean, it's
Well,
an old building that's always open, so.
I've got men in my church service like to see some drills and screwdrivers if we can provide them, Zach.
We're gonna need them. But like you said, the locks, I mean, it's you got inmates that just tear things up, so
Okay.
we're always fixing something.
Yeah, it showed that. Yeah. Any questions? Anything else?
So we're just leaving it.
Yeah. Page 39, cumulative capital development.
I had the remodeling cost at 120 down to 50, is that right? I had a question mark after it. We talked about 30502.
Yeah,
Well,
we had
here
talked
again
about
is another Cume fund that if it wasn't for this Cume fund, all these expenses would have to be on county general. So this fund is subsidizing county general. So we don't ask for anything out of this fund that
This is the edit
it's not
fund.
necessary, you know?
Yeah.
And it's-
Jane, what's the balance on that?
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Right in front of me.
And if we change anything here, it's not gonna affect general fund at all anyway.
No.
Right.
Other than if you, the cum cap has a balance of 1,117,000 right now. But no, if you take it out of here, it could be affecting county general in a negative way because you
Yeah.
would have to pay for it out of cum cap.
Yeah,
So we should leave it all alone.
yeah,
Next page.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Questions?
No.
Okay. Does the deferral fees, is that Dale?
No, that's a Betty. Is it?
Okay.
Judges.
What's,
And there's hardly anything in it.
yeah. Do we go over 911, Tim? Dale?
911, should they wait and talk to Jeff about 911? Can you speak to 911?
Probably shouldn't.
Okay.
You don't know the truth about it.
Gonna get in trouble?
The financial stress over there is the same now as it has been for the last number of years. And you all know that.
Yeah.
You deal with it every year.
Yep.
I don't have a solution to it,
Yeah.
at least one that I have control over.
Yeah. Okay, is there anything else with Dale that we need to, we covered everything?
I think Dale's pretty much covered it.
I think so. Courthouse lease. Page 34, did we do that?
That's the courthouse payment.
That's just for,
Can't change that one.
yeah. Okay, so there really nothing changes in that anyway? Yeah. Okay, courthouse lease. I'm trying to mark all these off.
We had some, when we get to the point, we might talk to Mr. Siggers. We had some questions about probation last time.
Yeah, we did.
Mr. Seegers, you're in the hot seat.
What page are you on?
Sorry you waited so long.
Danny, what page are you
I
on?
don't even know what page.
I'm exempted, so
that's it.
Probation
See him sit back and I'm like, oh, we probably should handle that.
You all done with
is
me?
page 28.
I think so, you're free to go.
Okay, good.
That
For
was
now.
pretty painless, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, I
Well,
didn't
he's
know.
kind of, sort of, you didn't lose all your teeth, right?
I'm trying to be nice.
Well,
All right, what,
I'll start this off by letting you know that I watched the last meeting, I wasn't here, and I was unaware that we had not paid you the salary reimbursements. So I have actually put in for an additional for me to come to the October meeting and to give you that money we should have gave you last year for this year. That, the position that covers that does that transfer for me was we had a person leave that spot and someone new come in, and she wasn't aware of that obligation to fill out that claim and have it rubber stamped with my signature. So I thought it got paid and it didn't. And
bless your
hearing
heart.
you all talk about it was the first I
I like
realized.
that, bring more money, that's.
Yeah, well, and then we also filled out the claim for the money for this year too, to make sure you had it before the budget's all went
Do you know
through.
how much it will be from last
Yeah,
year?
this year's already been.
Yeah, this year,
paid.
she paid that today, and that was what, 25,000, and then we put in for, was it 25 again that I filled out with you
Yes.
today? So,
Okay, so 50,000?
yeah,
Okay,
so we brought that over too. So,
okay.
just so you know, I wanted to make sure I made that right, because we did pledge that, and then it just, the
Okay.
paperwork didn't get done in time.
Okay, and then Charles is,
He is retiring.
Retiring.
His last day will be the first Friday of October. I have 5 interviews lined up this week. I have one starting tomorrow, 9 a.m. So we're hoping to have someone have that spot filled. I would love to have somebody in there that Monday after he's gone, but we're gonna wait to make sure we get the right person. You know, so if it takes a couple extra weeks or whatever to get, you know, to have the judges look them over and have all that bona fides checked and make sure they're gonna be a long-term, you know, someone we can really count on.
so
it's-
his salary is just a replacement?
Yeah.
You're not adding to?
No.
Now, are you adding, but you're adding the secretary?
Yes, I-
Secretary 4,
Yes.
So we did have a question, maybe I just have a question.
page
Could you
19.
move that secretary 4 position to that reimbursement
That's on page 19.
Yeah.
If that's what you'd like to do with it.
I mean, because that comes out of,
Yeah, that all comes out of user fees.
yeah.
That's money we collect, monthly fees. You're on probation. It can be anywhere from $15 to $30 a month, depending on your crime and what the judge has set for you. So that's where all that money, all of my superior court adult fees, my circuit fees, and my juvenile fees, that's all non-tax money. That's fees people pay to be on probation. For being on probation, they have to pay it or to be in good standing with the court. So that's money. That's over 40% of my budget. I think it's like 44% comes out of that, and not basically you guys pay for our salaries and benefits, and then the care of juvenile stuff. The detention costs and the ankle bracelet things. That's things that if we had our own center, that would be the executive body's problem anyhow. So we're just kind of covering. We determine who gets incarcerated as far as juveniles, but it's still the county's bill. It's not something that probation can actually handle because it's pre-conviction.
Yeah.
It's pre-conviction incarceration.
So if I understood correctly too, that Secretary of Court position was, the money for that was lost because of a grant
Yeah,
loss,
the
right?
IDOC grant, they cut. Overall, we have 4 entities who are paid that get money from that grant: Community Corrections, myself, the drug court, and the prosecutor. And we lost just over $204,000. To no fault of our own, they just made sweeping cuts statewide. They're trying to tighten their belts too, I think, in preparation. New governor, new ideas, what he wants to focus on, and that was something that a lot of counties felt the hurt from that. So I actually did some stats. I looked back to 2015, which is when we were preparing to get this grant. We've had it now 9 years. This coming year will be our 10th, I believe. And looked at our overall numbers. When Chief Turner was in charge, she applied for this. We were supervising on average 540 people a month on probation. We are at 700 people a month now, with no increase in staffing or funds from that grant. I remember when she applied for it, I was pretty new, but she was very big about keeping us in the loop. And at the time, they made the impression that, ask for 2 POs and an administrative assistant this year, then next year maybe ask for 3 POs. They acted as if you could just expand. They've never given us one dime. And in fact, they've cut me $77,000 over the last 3 years. I have perfect audits. I turn in all the paperwork. They just choose who they cut. And I'm guessing they're focusing on community corrections, because that's who their big ticket. It's the Indiana Department of Corrections Community Corrections Reimbursement grant. So all these side entities are starting to feel the pinch because they're focusing on their primary people, basically. So yeah, it's really hurt us, and our workload's only ever going up. We're kind of the catch-all for sentences. Most people don't really deserve or need to be in jail or prison, but they have to have something, so they come to probation because it's something that anyone can be on. With corrections, you have to have a means to pay for it, and there's a system to see if you qualify. We take whoever is given to us, and the more filings that we have, the more people we'll end up with. The court system just it's doing what it does, and most people are going to wind up with us.
So you're not opposed to moving that position?
Yeah, if that's what you want to use that money for, I'm all for it. If we want to keep that, I don't know what to keep her full time. What that is, per 7 point, what's the
6.9.
Yeah, with that, because she does not take.
I'm sorry, first 11.2.
11.2.
Like
Is she
what all
going to
the-
be full-time?
If we can keep her full time, that'd be great. She does not take the insurance. She does not need the insurance. She has great insurance through her husband, I believe. So that was a big savings for us when we actually got her, because the person in that spot before took family insurance. So that was $25,000 savings right there for me.
And then
Yeah.
you're saving, because you said when the new hire comes in for
Yeah,
Charles,
assuming-
that you're saving
Yeah.
$10,000.
It'd be Chuck. Yeah, his line pulled up. Oh,
No,
sorry.
is that in your regular hand?
I believe he's at 58,000, or would be
Right.
if he stayed. A new hire is 42,311.
Yeah, so you're
So it'd be
saving.
like 15, assuming the court doesn't hire somebody with any experience. We do have one applicant who has 9 years experience. I don't know if that's something the judges would want to do, because that would be a very easy slide this person into position and they're off to the races. They already know how to do everything. All our systems we use, because they're statewide systems, they wouldn't have to be trained. I don't know what they're going to pick. But at the very worst case scenario, they hire that person, it's the same amount of money we'd have paid for Chuck if he'd stayed. So
Right.
it's not like it's going to be any additional. They're in that our pay scale has like years of service brackets, like 0, 1, 2, 3, and then you get to 4 to 9 years and you're kind of stuck in this one line. Then you get to 10 to 15, then 15 to 20. And so it doesn't, you get big jumps right at the beginning, and then you kind of get stuck in those lulls. I'm in the 10 to 15 lull right now, so I'm like, oh, I didn't get a raise because they didn't adjust the pay scale, but that's just the nature of that beast.
Yeah.
So that's worst case scenario, is that it's not costing us any more than it would have if Chuck had decided to work another year. So, and we are actually going to, all the numbers stay the same, but we will probably have someone who's on that grant come into Chuck's actual pay slot, because one of my officers on the grant took over all the sex offenders and the interstate compact system, and that's something that's really, the grant isn't geared for that. Like, there's certain stipulations of what that person's supposed to supervise and do, and when Chuck announced that he was wanting to retire, we had an officer who was interested in supervising those sex offenders, and then the people that we've brought in from other states or sent to other states. There's a very complicated system, federal system you have to use for all that paperwork going back and forth, because, you know, it's called battery in one state and maybe called assault in another. So there's kind of some weird laws that don't line up, and they've created a system to try and alleviate some of that confusion. So that person actually is already certified in doing the interstate compact and started supervising a few of the sex offenders along with Chuck, and we've sent her to some special trainings on how to deal with that very unique type of offender, you know, searching their computers and their smartphones and looking for, you know, materials they're not supposed to be in possession of, things of that nature. So I want to take that officer out of the grant position so we stay in compliance with what the grant wants us to do with the money, and put her into Chuck's spot, and then the new person will go technically into the grant spot. But it's all at the end of the day, it's the same amount of money. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So Jane, what do we need to do to make that move?
I'm sorry?
What would we need to do to make that move?
Nothing.
make that-
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing, you
it'd be
just-
at salary ordinance time in December.
You just say that reimbursement goes directly to that position.
It's a replacement, we're
Yeah.
not, yeah.
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 Yeah, so budget time, there's nothing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? All the other funds, I know we were talking, I heard you guys talk about like, oh, training, you know, you'll cut it down. I usually leave those, because they're user fees, not county general, I leave those high, because at the end of the year, just like some other people have talked about, if there's something I need to move around, or like I know somebody mentioned the office equipment. I leave that high because it seems like every time I try to cut it back, a desk will literally fall apart. I had to come, I can't remember who was here on the council at the time a few years ago when my desk, they moved it to work on the internet and it ripped it apart. Like, it literally fell into 3 pieces onto the floor, and desks are much more expensive than I thought they were. And we have a lot of older equipment, and I'm just bracing for when I have to replace something that's gonna, you know, our chairs, we sit in them all day long, you know, while we have our dozen appointments or how many I have that day, and every once in a while a wheel pops off or an arm breaks off, and those are hundreds of dollars. So I try to keep everything at a level that I don't have to come back and bother you all for additionals at all.
Yeah.
That's my ultimate goal, is to only see you during budget times and then never see you the rest of the year.
Well, thank you.
Okay? All right, anything else before I go?
So we're keeping the secretary for where it
I
was?
think we're gonna move that position to, if I understand it, to the user fees, correct?
Yeah, do you want to pay her out of those user fees, out of that reimbursement line? Is that copacetic?
We can't do that now, because you can't approve a budget for more than they asked for.
Yeah.
So we can't put her in here, we can't take him above 66.6. So that if you want to move the secretary, I'm sorry, I didn't understand what your question was a while ago, from county general into this user fund, we'd have to wait until January and do an additional appropriation request.
That's the line.
So that's all we have, so right now it doesn't require any vote or anything?
No.
No.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing, like, if you were sure that you were going to do that, you could take her out of county general. Could be something that you could do right now.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
But we are going to pay her out of the line that was already there, the 35,000. Is that what we're agreeing to?
To move her out of the county general into.
Into into that. Is that Superior?
Yeah.
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 And she's also, the grant had stipulations for her job, that if they're not going to pay me
to have her do them. We're not gonna do them anymore. It was weird clerical things, you know, between us and community corrections. To fill her time, she's actually going to learn the TREX system. I don't know how much you're aware of that. The treasurer's office, I believe, uses it. It is a way to, we can say, oh, you owe us X amount of money in user fees, you're off probation, but this is still a judgment against you. You can put them into this state system, and then you send them a letter and says, hey, you owe $2,000 to the Fayette County Courts probation, and if you don't pay it, we're going to keep your tax return.
Like it.
Some counties, I know, I talked to some other counties that have done it, like one year they made an extra 40 grand the first year, because people see that and they go, oh, and then they run down and they pay it because they don't want their tax return withheld. And it can take, it's the state tax return, they'll just take the money out of it, and then they charge you a fee on top of it to the probationer. And that's going to generate money for county general because the administrative fees that I collected always go to you. I know you got excited, you thought it was $90,000, that's because we, Orland and I both, when he was chief before me and myself, we thought that when I put something in there that goes to you, it just goes. We didn't know you had to do paperwork, as a trail for that from coming to me to you. So he had never sent it the years he was chief. He didn't know, he took over very suddenly and was just kind of playing catch up. So the first year I was in there, Jane or somebody made a comment about it, and we figured out what we had to do, and so that's why you got all that up. But it is around that 17 to 20 a year, but I'm not even sure how much money is out there floating around that we're owed, that maybe we can get a percentage of that back. And that administrative fee by statute is collected first. You get your money before the probation department gets ours.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's either $100 or $50 per case, depending on if it's felony or misdemeanor. So
That's awesome.
yeah, something to look into. She brought that up herself. She loves working with us. I don't know why. I guess we're just great people. But she was like, if anything she can do to help, and she thought that might be kind of something to help you all out too. Because in theory, if she can get in there and get it done, it's a very labor-intensive system. I guess daily you have to go onto their site, and if people make payments, you have to manually tell the state, yeah, they paid $50 or they paid it all off. And if you don't, and they have paid it off, they still get their nasty letter and it takes their tax return, so they might end up double paying plus a fine. So it's something that you would have to log on to every single workday and double check to make sure it's accurate. And you have to load them in yourself too. So yeah.
So do they take a percentage of it?
They charge a certain percent. I actually read it over again today and I've already forgotten. I think it's like 5 or 10%. So if you owe $1,000, they charge you.
Weren't going to collect anyway.
Yeah. No, they don't take it from us. They take it from. We still get our money. They charge them additional. You owe money plus now you owe a late fee basically. And they take it if if you're going to get X amount of money out of the county general or out of the your tax return, they take more than what you would have had to pay me in the first place. So it's kind of a motivator for them to come down and pay us off before that system kicks in and just seizes the return. So she started that training, I think, today. And somebody texted me, it might actually be her. I know she's probably watching right now. So I think that's all I've got.
I think so.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I think we have a motion on the floor, don't we?
Pardon me?
I've got that Gabe moved to take secretary for out of county general, Scott seconded it. We need a vote.
Do you want a roll call? Or can we do
We
that
could
by
just
acclamation?
Say yay or nay.
Yes, all in favor?
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Yes,
Aye.
yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank
you, sir.
you. Right, does anyone want to make a motion to call it for the night?
So moved.
Second,
I'm sorry,
all in favor?
Seconded.
Okay, yeah, so be it. Tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, Wednesday.
Seconded.